Sweet. All right. Well, thank you for doing this, boys. I appreciate it. Fuck.
It's alright.
I picked the one that I happened to drop. The rest are all a bit shit. Cheers. Good to see you guys. How you doing?
Feelings mutual.
Good,
Yeah.
man.
Good. Oh, thanks, man. Soppy bastard. Well, first off, Joe, how was Snowden again?
It was alright.
Yeah?
It's alright.
So who'd you go with? You went with what? Fucking just keep talking. I'll get the cameras fucked.
It was like a kind of spontaneous work trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was alright. We were completely unprepared. Just sort of winged it.
Any good.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd do.
As long as it doesn't fucking move.
You can put the grid on and then you can line it up with something.
I just don't want to miss out any much.
Or you could buy a gimbal on Amazon.
I think that'll do. That'll do for now.
That looks
that
good.
looks about right.
That looks alright.
I've got a bit of Alex. I've hidden Alex's face a little bit. I'll just turn that. There we go. That's better. Right, we're all good. Again, for anyone who's listening, we are fucking idiots. Well, I'm an idiot. You guys can offer your opinion on that.
Yeah. We are.
All right, cool. Sorry, mate. I was being very rude and interrupted you. Go on.
No, that's alright. Yeah, it was a spontaneous work trip. We were unprepared. We were drinking the night before.
Mike's over there.
Sorry, weren't eating properly. Didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah.
Just winged it. No one was there. It was a really inexperienced hiker. But Snowden, you don't really need to be. It's long and it's quite hard, but it's nothing that you couldn't. It's a day hike, so it's nothing you could just, if you reasonably fit, could just not just go and do.
Yeah.
So it's not really that challenging. I mean, it is hard, but it's not like really like a challenge. You can just turn up and do it if you want, as long as you've got enough water and food.
Yeah.
Decent footwear, you can just do it.
Because did you guys used to do it together last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that for you, Alex? We've already heard Joe's piece on it.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. It's something different to your everyday gym, run, walk. Get some scenes on the way.
Yeah,
and
it's
some.
a mountain, so yeah, it would be a bit
Mountains,
different in the
yes.
gym.
Yeah, it was good. It was like Joe said, nothing too strenuous as such. The average Joe could do it.
Cool.
But it might just take a bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, would recommend. Yeah.
It's not an interview, mate. We're just having a chat.
Yeah,
It just
I know.
happens to be on camera. That's
Yeah,
it.
I know. I've never done a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to do a challenge, you'd want to do something a bit more involved, something that takes actual planning.
Like the 3 Peaks.
Yeah, that's partly what I want to talk to you boys about, because I haven't done. I think I got to the base of Mount Snowden and then was a pussy and went, I'll come back another day.
Got the train.
And do it. Oh, what you were tempted, but from what I was with a dog at the time, so we couldn't get the train. I think it's a bit of a dumb rule. You're not allowed a dog on the train up a mountain, but
No.
fuck it. What can you do? But yeah, because the 3 Peaks what's the difference in is there any difference in altitude between that and Snowden?
So I think Snowden's the second highest, isn't it, in the 3 Peaks?
Yeah, I think Ben Nevis is the highest, which is Scotland, and then Scaffold Pike's meant to be the most challenging one. Scaffold Pike?
I think so. Yeah. I don't think it's as high as Snowden, is it?
No, it's not as high, but it's a bit more
Because the
gruesome.
train was the problem about Snowden, because it's such a big touristy spot, and obviously because you can take a train to the top. At the top, there's a calf halfway up.
Yeah.
It's easy. Like the trail's quite well looked after. There's plenty of people doing it. So if you were to get into trouble or you needed something, there's other people. If you were doing it on your own.
Yeah.
So it's not really that difficult, is it? There's some steep bits, but apart from that,
Well, I like the idea of Hadrian's Wall. I think that'd just be a good laugh, because it takes the average time to do it is 8 days, just from end to end. But
that'd take a lot of planning.
yeah, but I think that would be pretty funny. Just a couple of us guys take a tent, fill a bunch of sleeping bags and shit, and just walk it the whole time.
So you got a wild camp.
Yeah,
You're allowed to wild camp there.
as far as I'm aware. Otherwise, you have to find somewhere to fucking sleep in every
I know.
every
It's
night.
just because I know there are certain rules to wild camping and where you can and can't do it.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
As far as I'm aware, I
do
think
the
you can.
research into that one and see.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, I think you can. But it's the same like the. Have you guys ever done one of the coastal walks or anything?
Not like a major one. I've done coastal walks, but only short,
Hmm.
couple of hours.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Wait, you don't? Did you go one today or?
No, we ended up going to Frensham Ponds.
Oh, nice.
It's quite nice.
Where's that?
That is Frencham.
He's a fucking reservoir of information today, isn't he?
I
Jesus
can't remember.
Christ.
So you go through Fleet.
What were you? Okay, what were you doing today? What's going on?
I met up with my grandparents.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Went for a little walk and a
Yeah.
pub lunch.
Yeah.
It was good.
Cool.
Yeah. Around the pond. It's a nice pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Why did I invite you? What the fuck, man?
It's like pulling teeth.
Yeah, I know.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Drink some more placebo beer. You'll feel better, mate. All right.
Placebo.
I've got more in the garage if you want them.
No, I'm good. Okay.
That should be good. All right. In all seriousness, what do you want to do? Because I messaged saying about doing something later in the year, but one of you's got a problem with holiday or something. You did.
Yeah, so I can't take holiday in the winter.
Oh, because it's like the busiest time for you. All right, fair enough.
Plus, if we're going to do a challenge, probably don't want to do it in the winter. You don't want to do wild camping stuff in the winter because if you have an issue, it's going to be worse.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty bad. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, summer would be a good time to do it. I don't know. I don't want to do it in summer either. 'Cause I don't want to bake.
No, but if we do it early year, like not like
Excuse me.
main summer, but you know, I think something like a real challenge. We need the time to prepare anyway. So.
Yeah, because I was supposed to go to Scotland in like a month's time to do a sparring race up in Edinburgh, but that ain't happening because
Has it been cancelled?
it's still going. I just can't get there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's that? Cause
they're just really strict about like the people coming in and out kind of thing, which is annoying because that was going to be an evil little bastard.
what one were you going to do?
So that was the first of its kind in England, which is the Ultra Beast, which is 50 kilometres.
Because you've been training for Ultra Beast, haven't you?
Yeah, I was until I hurt my fucking ankle. Well, yeah, I was.
How was that going? Training?
It was going all right. I mean, the main things I've really just got to get better at is running and working on my lower back, because the things that really fuck me up are the distance, and then if there's any obstacle where I've got, it's either Atlas stones or like the pebble with big plastic tubs just full of like rocks or something. So that's an absolute bastard, because we had one a couple of years back where I thought like my back was going to break just because to carry it so long. So I've never worked at that point for that bit. Whereas I was doing really well, and then the fucking gym shut. So you know.
Yeah, for a spanner in the works.
I know, it didn't really help. I mean, it kind of worked because I had a few free weights left over, but then Nathan came and went, I'll have them, so he took them.
That sucks, mate. I think about Atlas stones and all is such a weird technique because it's not like doing a deadlift and picking a bar off the floor.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to like roll it up yourself and then carry it.
I was watching a video with Eddie Hall, who was explaining it, and he was saying you've got to like, because of where you professionally where they do it, it comes off from a ledge, so it's not from the ground. It comes from like waist height.
Yeah.
But you've got to get lower and then roll it into like your knees and everything, and then you got to like catch it and then flick your hips up if you stand up with it, which is real weird technique.
When you do it in Spartan, just pick it up off the floor.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so it's from
way worse. I mean, it's good because they do different weights for it all, but if it's going to be this hard as like length, because it's going to be a problem because they make all the obstacles harder and all the weights more higher when you do different levels in the races. So like the first level, the sprint, like the one we did, would be that was pretty easy. I mean, the one we did anyway was pretty easy. We just had fucking Matt slow us down, and you idiot. So, if anyone doesn't know, a Spartan race is an obstacle course race anywhere between 5 kilometers and 50, and obstacles in between. Now, considering that was something that involved running, Alex, would you like to tell everyone what you did the day before?
What did I do the day before?
Even I know the answer.
Yeah, he wasn't there. Why did you suffer while we were going around running?
I know I did a leg day. That
Yeah,
probably
okay,
didn't help.
that was it. Yeah, yeah. You did a heavy duty leg day the day before because you're a fucking moron.
Yeah, that was back when I was all about the gains.
I know.
Yeah, cardio is not gains.
Well, I mean,
Well, now I'd look at it as cardio is essential, but back then
it's a sin.
it's a sin.
All right. So what's happening with your training now anyway? Because you've got the gyms back open. What are you doing?
I would be back to the gym. Don't plan to go back to the gym probably for another couple of months while the weather's still good. Yeah, well, the great outdoors. Just may as well make the most of it. So got a few weights, got some power bags. Just making the most of that, really.
Because in your, as you were saying, in your powerlifting prime, as it were. What were your for the audience, because they care about you now, because you're part of the team.
Yes.
I mean, you're not endearing yourself to them at all. I mean, you're being a bit rude at the minute, but you know,
Yeah.
what were the sort of max what were your 1 rep maxes at the minute? Well, then
at the minute,
then
okay.
then at the time. Sorry.
So then my sole goal was just to get to 250 deadlift. That was my goal. I got there.
Oh shit, you hit it.
Yeah, it was good.
Fuck.
But then, like, what do you do with that? Where do you go? It's like, wow, I can lift this much on a bar in a gym.
Yeah.
How do I put that into real life, really?
Yeah, it's a fair point. Yeah.
You kind of can apply it, but not really.
Yeah.
I mean, lifting a gearbox out of the car, you can kind of, when you pick it up and stuff. But
At 250, was that full tunnel vision, like
shitting yourself, gritting your teeth?
Like your body feels like it's going to explode because your blood pressure's going through the roof, like 250?
It wasn't too bad. It was. I never wanted to do anything that was going to kind of jeopardize my body in a way, if you get what I mean. So I did it clean, like not shaking or kind of anything. It's definitely hard, like grit the teeth kind of thing, but yeah, not shaking and kind of arched over like a dog lift.
No nosebleed.
No nosebleed.
No
not that much commitment.
That's true. Dedication to your art form if you pass out from it.
Yeah, definitely is.
What about the other compounds?
So bench, the highest I got was 160.
Fuck.
Which is pretty impressive as well.
That's fucking insane. Wait, so what was your body weight at that time?
So the heaviest I got was literally 99.8, I think it was.
Damn.
So
okay.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
1.5 times your body weight then.
Yeah.
That's fucking impressive.
That's crazy, man.
And squat, I got 180.
Fuck.
We wouldn't be doing that again.
Why not? Why don't you want to do it again?
It's just so much effort.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. I mean, with your training for it, it's not that much effort because you're doing it day in, day out. But when you look back at it of now kind of thing, it was a lot of effort. Like, I missed a lot of social events because I was just obsessed with the gym. So it was a lot of effort. I missed out on a lot of things. Probably some for the best, I imagine. But yeah.
But I'm sure you made up for them. So how long did that take you to get to that point?
Well, I guess starting from the beginning. So in school, I got my first weight set. I think it was a little box of 20 kilogram dumbbells from Decathlon.
Yeah. Big up Decathlon.
Other sports shops are available.
Yeah.
Do we want that sponsorship?
I like it. Even have to prep you guys. You're in at the gun. I like it.
Yeah, so I got that and just used my dumbbells to do the basics: shoulder press, bicep curls. Can't think of any exercises. Bench press, that kind of things. Also did a lot of body weight stuff back then, and I was also into my running quite a lot. So I used to run with Joe.
Back when I used to be able to run.
Yeah, so did that. Where did I go from there? Oh yeah, and then over time I just gradually added to my kind of weight collection, got bench and stuff like that. Slowly realised I was running out of room. So that also then I got an apprenticeship, so I was getting a little bit of income. So I joined the gym with Joe at Pure Gym, and that's when I realised it just opened up a whole another world of machines, equipment. And that's when I just went hard.
So how many years was that from? Let's say from Pure to your max 1 rep max.
So that would have been 3 years probably.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but obviously I was going hard before as well, but just not the equipment wise. Yeah, crazy.
But to get in there, I mean, also from your background as well. So like, I met both of you actually properly through skating. I was never good. These two are fucking great, still are, because you start doing it again.
I'm not, but he is.
You are. But I imagine from doing that, you'd have a lot of strength in your legs anyway.
Kind of, I guess. Yeah, there's I
It's
had
a different kind of
yeah,
strength.
it's more, I don't know, more cardiovascular strength maybe.
Yes, and endurance. I
Yeah.
suppose it's more of a slow twitch than a fast twitch.
Yeah, it was definitely there, but I've always had small calves, just like you.
Stop it.
It's a burden that you'll carry, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I've only just recently realised that my wrists are extremely out of proportion to my arms.
Oh, my wrist is quite small as well.
Now you're fine because you've got big forearms, whereas my forearms are okay, but it's just like this little point right here is just fucked. I saw myself the other day and I was like, I look fake because this compared to this is just weird.
Just
Same
just
thing
some
though. It's the good old
wrist
genetics.
curls, or come to the climbing gym.
Yeah. Is it back open again?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, sick! Then hell yeah, I'll do that. That'll be good fun.
Other climbing gyms
all
are available.
forearms.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. What so everyone who were listening beforehand will know Joe's background. What martial arts did you do, and what time did you start?
So where do we start?
It's all about you today, Alex. Don't worry about him.
It's all about me.
He's only here to hold your hand, all right?
Okay, so I started judo when I was probably about 6 or 7. Because I love WWE. Somehow that related. I don't know.
You went, yeah, that's the same thing. That's fine. Yeah.
WWF back then.
Yeah. Until those
yeah.
pandas were pissed off. Yeah.
And obviously, at my primary school, that's where they did judo.
Mhm.
So they used to hand out the leaflets all the time in the class. And then I went home with Mum, and I was like, "Mum, I want to do this." She was like, "Really?" Yeah. So I went along. Turned out I loved it. So where are we? Oh yeah, so I started it, loved it. Got to about 13. So I think I got to white, yellow, orange, blue, green, blue belt. Blue.
Yeah.
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 So I got to blue belt.
Excuse me.
Then, well, I didn't find skateboarding. I've always done that, but I found that on a Friday night, which is when judo was, I'd rather be out skateboarding with friends and doing something more beneficial. When I look back on it, so I gave that up until I was probably 18. Then I started it again. Went pretty hard with it. Also started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. Didn't kind of get on with that as much.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so I did that for probably about 6 months actually.
Yeah.
Didn't really. Well, I say 6 months, a few weeks. We'll say 6 months.
One lesson.
Yeah, I just didn't get on with it. I mean, a lot of stuff transferred over, but it's just a whole nother level, like more kind of a lot more inclined with your feet. I just didn't get on with using my feet a lot more. It just felt a bit weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it more the striking side of it you didn't like?
No, I quite like that. It was just when you put your feet kind of in, I don't know.
You just saying you just don't like feet?
Yeah, I'm not a foot guy. I don't know about you guys, but yeah.
Hey mate, wherever you get up to in the bedroom, right? Leave it be.
Sorry.
They use the legs for a lot of control, don't they?
Yeah, for sure.
BJJ.
I think that mic stand has fallen down. Just yank it up a little bit, mate.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. Don't know what's doing.
Is that better?
Yeah. It just fallen down a little bit. You just sounding quieter and quieter. I want to hear your
Yeah.
dulcet tones, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you are right. I mean, the leg locks, also the hook heels and everything like that. We'd have a lot of it from there. But I didn't know you did BJJ. Was that with because you worked with you did judo with Lenny, wasn't it?
Yeah, I did it with Lenny.
Yeah.
And I went to Pinewood.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then. So yeah, I did it with Lenny and I went there. BJJ I did with Matt House. BJJ.
Oh, cool, nice.
Which
Yeah.
I don't know where they've moved recently, so I can tell you where they are.
They're on Oxford Road.
Yeah, they were in Whitley.
Is that
so.
Matt House is Gracie?
I'm sure
though,
that's the same.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
Gracie.
that's it's the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I say it's great. I think they built a big new.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Big centre for it now,
Yeah.
haven't they?
So he was in the Whitley Leisure Centre.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was really confused because I was trying to find it in March, and obviously this was fucking shut down.
Yeah, that's when he moved pretty much.
Oh yeah. Because that looked awesome. Because I've been out of the game for years, and I'm amazed me and you never did anything. Because I fought with Joe for a very long time. He's done a different classes as well, but I'm surprised we never did anything.
Yeah, Joe did try and get me into DL at one point, but it just wasn't for me.
Yeah, it's a different
Yeah.
system.
No, they've got put in planning for a big MMA gym, haven't they, as well?
Are they converting? What is it? So is it empty already, or is it an existing building?
Toys R Us.
Oh, they know they were. I call that rumor was right. Sweet.
Other toy stores are available.
Well, they literally built
Just
that
gonna
brand
stick
new.
a Hasbro in there. There we go.
Yeah, they built that brand new store, and then they immediately went bankrupt.
Yeah, yeah. Because a fucking huge warehouse there.
It's a,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
it's pretty
massive unit. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing a few things with it. So it's going to be an MMA gym.
MMA gin.
Gin.
Done.
Yeah, who doesn't love gin?
We've got a new product done.
Yeah, so they're doing the gym. I think they're putting a few offices in a little cafe, I believe.
Nice.
That makes sense. People using the gym.
Yeah,
I imagine
caffeine,
it'd probably be a normal gym as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I wonder how. Well, they got the space for it, so you can afford to do it. But I wonder how you do it from there. That would be sick. Do we have any idea of like timing with that?
That'll be a while. I mean, it's still empty now. So.
That's annoying.
They got the planning process takes a while as well, don't it? Getting permission and that.
I think it's been approved.
Has it been approved now? Is it?
Oh, I'd look into that. It'd be.
I imagine the coronavirus would have pushed all that sort of development stuff back.
Yeah, maybe. Well, some buildings have changed, some haven't. But I mean, that would be awesome. Because I remember hearing about it, I was like, that sounds too good to be true. Because like me and Joe certainly have. Sorry, Joe and I certainly have. I mean, obviously, I'd like to say that you'd be part of the club as well. But I mean, like going around all these different places trying to find something that really clicked. Because if and when that fucking thing is open, that's the place to put it all together. Because that would be awesome. That'd be really, really cool.
I mean, I've got to that point now. It's not so much I want to go to classes and train. I'd rather just train with guys.
Yeah.
Just in an open area.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to really go to organised classes and that because I lost a lot of what I enjoyed about martial arts and that. Like you get to a certain point where they just start diluting it with crap.
Well, it just comes commercial shit.
It does, yeah. And the frustrating thing is I see martial arts go from being something that I really enjoy. It's really raw and basic and simple, and it's not run like an organisation. It's just a small venture, and then it becomes this huge machine, and everything just they start changing things for no reason to make it so they can start charging more money for stuff, and it just does your head in because something that you really enjoy just gets changed in this horrible money grabbing scheme.
Well, I think if they use that whole unit, they've got plenty of space to be able to have. Right, we'll have this enclosed space over here for group lessons, and we'll have a couple of cages, and then we'll have these hanging bags or whatever, and they'll just have mat space because that's the hardest thing to find is the fucking mat space. Because you can go in the garden, you can go in the fucking street if you want to, but the mat space that we used to have, that is the hardest thing to get anywhere. Yeah,
you can't get mat space, and even in gyms that have got, they never have proper full length bags.
Yeah,
they don't have proper spaces for that because people don't want to hear you striking bags and that and rolling around like training with each other. In a normal commercial gym, you need to go to a proper space, but even then. They don't want you to go there just to train. They want you to go there to spend money on classes and that. You can't rock up and be like, look, I've done martial arts. I just want to practice with my friends just by ourselves. You'd have to rent your own space to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't find a gym that'll let you do that. Not a place.
It becomes an insurance thing as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whereas, if you've got a garage, it's the only way you can do it like we used to do at your garage because you can't just rock up to a place. Just like pay a fee and just be like, I'm just gonna spend an hour rolling on the mats with my friends, just practicing.
Well, here's the thing: the two of us could go in and with the fucking paperwork and say we are qualified for these two things.
Yeah, but it's like Alex says, an insurance issue.
Yeah,
they won't just let you.
No, but
when you're in a class, you're covered by that instructor's insurance policy, aren't you?
Yeah, like judo, for example, when you get your license, you're covered. For like broken bones and stuff, obviously under eventualities in a practiced area as such. Whereas if you're just turning up to, say, a gym, like a regular gym that has a mat space, you can't avoid that insurance
because it's not specific for purpose.
Yeah, it's not like an instructor-led course.
There must be a workaround. I refuse for us not to benefit from that fucking gym. But there must be a workaround for that.
MMA.
Yeah, there must be a workaround for it, mate.
There might be. They might, if you join as a member, you might just get the option that you can just walk in and do stuff. Like obviously, if a class isn't using equipment, you might just be able to go in and use it.
Well, I think it would be. I think because, as you said, it's difficult to find that from current gyms. It's difficult to find because current gyms aren't built for that. They're built for there's mills, aerobics, Zumba, weights machines, all that sort of stuff.
Standard, yeah.
Yeah, typical stuff. They're not built for those, extracurricular stuff. Whereas that will be purpose built for that. So everyone in there, all the instructors there, are going to be trained to the hilt for that. So even if it's just, this guy does boxing, that guy does kickboxing, that guy does taekwondo, whatever. So, I mean, you might be right, but I like to live in hope because I think that could be an awesome venue. I mean, you definitely get a shit ton of dickheads, but it'll be good fun.
Especially at Whitley.
Yeah, the placement's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, I think commercial martial art like that, because the problem with MMA is there's money in it now, so it's going to attract a lot of the wrong attention.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You do get. I mean, he's probably not. I haven't seen him in years. Probably not going to mind if we say anything. Do you remember Callum Sanford from school?
Yeah, I used to see him at the gym quite a lot.
Yeah, so at school he probably wasn't the friendliest person to go with. I mean, he was all right, but he was the troublemaker a lot of the time.
He was always all right to me, Callum.
Yeah, but then I remember seeing him when I did my boxing thing, and he just came over. He said, "Hi, how you doing?" All that sort of stuff. He was proper friendly, but I think I was like, "What have you been up to?" He was like, "I've been boxing properly for a long time now."
He was scouted though, wasn't he?
He was.
He was scouted from a white collar boxing event.
Yeah,
I'm sure he was.
Yeah, he was.
Sure, he told me that.
Yeah, he's real good. So I think some people like him would go from being a bit of a dickhead to being really respectful and really, really polite and like just a chatty dude and friendly because of the boxing. So maybe you'll get a certain percentage of the people turning up will then change because they get their asses kicked.
Yeah, I think.
However small that percentage might be.
Like that, if you're scouted, you're going to put the time and work in because that club's going to put the time and the work into you.
Yeah.
But if you've just watched a handful of MMA fights, on YouTube, and then you think that you can fight, you're just going to go to a gym with the intention to hurting people. I think you'll see a lot of that in an MMA place.
I think it depends. I think that the instructors.
Oh no!
Would clamp down on that shit.
We'll clamp down on that stuff, but
yeah, but as in
you're still going to get the odd person. Like, I've seen it before. Like people come in for trial lessons, and they're only interested in trying to hurt people or to try and prove how strong or how tough they are, rather than actually wanting to learn or train with other people and improve. It's just one of those things. You're always going to get a certain percentage of people that want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I think the percentage will probably just be a little bit more for that sort of environment than you would from like a judo or a karate place, because some of them are looking probably more antiquated, but some of it for good reason.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, even professional like judo and karate fighters, there's not that much money into it because you couldn't. I couldn't name a professional judo fighter. I love the martial art. I think it's an amazing martial art, but I couldn't name you a professional judo fighter. But most people could name a professional MMA fighter or a professional
or a boxer. Yeah. Because
and even though and judo is in the Olympics, and so is taekwondo.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you've seen it as well, Alex. Like you watch judo at the Olympics, blink and you miss it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess MMA can be like it in a way. Like you've seen. Some fights are over in 30 seconds, if that. It's be the same with judo as well, but most of judo fights don't go on that long.
No,
they can't do.
Good throw-in, game over.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, it's a points game as well, so as opposed to just submission.
Yeah.
I think that is part of it and all, because in like I know in karate, especially in Europe, and that you can no longer fight full contact. So it's literally scoring points. Yeah. Whereas in boxing, looking for a knockout, something like that. So it's more of a spectator sport because of the way they're fighting. Whereas when you're fighting for points, it's about being skillful and tactile. In boxing, you can be a bit more brutal because of the way you're fighting and that.
Yeah, it's more. You've got like judo and things. got to know about it or understand it a little bit to understand scoring and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Whereas
appreciate it.
yeah, whereas boxing and things, you don't necessarily have to understand the sport. It's just you're in it because you want to see someone go down.
Hurt.
Well, and it's so simple as well, because when it's done at that elite level, it looks like they're not doing anything because they're so good at it. Whereas it looks like just because it is in essence just your left arm, your right arm, you hit them until they go down, because that's the simple side of it. As you say, because there's just something primal about watching someone just hit another person, and you get like a visceral impact from that. Whereas judo is a lot more technical for it, and because it's, like I say, because it's a points thing as opposed to you actually hurt them.
I mean, I think, I don't know. I mean, if you want to watch spectator sports and you want to watch like Muay Thai, but the fights that are actually hosted in Thailand, and like the fights, like if you want to watch karate and like judo and stuff, watch the competitions coming out of Japan, because their ruling, their score systems are so much better. It's so much better to watch. Like their karate competitions. If you watch a karate championship, it's not one fight. It's that fighter has to fight 5 fights in a day, full contact. Yeah. So he's not just thinking about the fight he's got now. He's got to think about, well, if he makes it to the final, he's got like 5 more fights. How he's going to sustain himself. So it's a completely different way of fighting. It's the same in Thailand. Like they're in a championship fight, they might have to have 3 other fights that day as well. Like it's crazy.
Well, Thailand's crazy because they start them so young. Yeah,
but it's not like, oh, this elite athlete, this guy's had all these trainers. He's had a 6-month boot camp to prepare for a fight where he's going to make millions of pounds and that. It's like this kid like works on a farm. Yeah. He trains all day. Yeah. For any eventuality, they don't boot camp for a fight. They just train away for their entire lives. You know, coming from absolute nothing, and then they might have to fight 3 or 4 fights in one day. Yeah, and they're brutal. Like when you watch their kickboxing in Thailand compared to kickboxing in
here
in England, like over there, they don't jump about the ring and move. They just sit there and pummel each other. Like they barely move. They won't circle each other. They won't break away and come back in. They will just stand in front of each other and pummel each other. It's crazy. It's a completely different style of fighting.
The conditioning of that is nuts.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Have you guys seen Dagestani basketball?
Can't say I have.
It's basically basketball mixed with MMA. So they're just flying at each other, trying to get a ball off each other, and that's their warm up. And then they train.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you seen a Russian knight fighting?
Knife or knight?
Knights, as in they dress up as knights in armour.
Oh, fuck off.
In a boxing ring, so it's like a proper boxing event. They have rounds, there's rules, there's judges, and it's in a stadium packed full of people in a boxing ring, and then they just come in suits of armour with swords or maces, whatever you want, and they just sit there and pummel each other. And it's brutal because they're in armour. Yeah. Obviously, they're going full whack.
Yeah.
To hit someone and hurt them when you're wearing a steel plate. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Watch it. Like when you get a second, watch it. It's brutal. It's so brutal.
They must be so exhausting wearing armour though. Like just imagine just walking around in it, letting them try to fight someone in it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy. It was like Deontay Wilder, his last fight, where he turned in with a fucking weird Darth Vader black fucking gimp suit shit.
I hate that. It's just stupid. It's so stupid.
Go on, Joe. Tell me your thoughtful opinion. Go on.
What on?
Well, stupid, just this stupid fucking dress up.
It's problem with like boxing and stuff like that now. It's all about like the pageantry. Yeah. Like what goes on outside the ring. Like McGregor, like nailed it. People love McGregor not because of his fighting, but because of the way he was outside the ring. Yeah. Like his cocky attitude and the way he dressed and the way like he would swear and like shout and get people like agitated before fights and all that. Like, you know, like that's one of the things I like about Anthony Joshua. Like he doesn't really do that.
Yeah, he's got a really soft voice if you listen to him talk.
Yeah,
for a dude that size, you're like, all right.
He doesn't do that. He doesn't dress up in weird outfits and put videos online of him like, you know, saying like hurtful things about their like family and stuff like that. Like all these new like fighters and that, that's what they do, don't they? They have to have like this like showmanship to get anywhere in it now.
I kind of get it because, like you were saying, it's because it's all commercialized and it's this big brand that you're selling, as opposed to just let's watch this competition. It's just another way to get like more endorsements, more sponsors, more views on it as well, because people enjoy like a showman and someone who chats it as well. Yeah.
Like anything McGregor does now, he promotes his whiskey.
I know, it kills me just watching that.
It's like everything for them is an advert. Like they're doing it because they've got all these sponsors paying them loads of money to do it. Like,
I'm really interested to know where like his background was besides just being a bare knuckle fighter, because like a bunch of the other fighters would have done it for us to be a lot. They come from nothing to do that, whereas I imagine most of them are like that. But I'm interested to know like his actual story, because I don't know anything about him besides his actual fights. I imagine
there'll be a documentary
probably
about him pretty soon. He's so famous.
I don't know much, but I know that he came from not that much. That's all I know. There you go.
You guys seen the Last Dance, the Michael Jordan thing?
No, I've heard it's good though.
Loads of people at work are talking about it though. And telling me I really need to watch it.
Yeah, I've been here.
Haven't got around to it.
He was in it. I've never seen that, but I know people who are talking about it, saying it's really interesting. Him as a person is that he'd never do anything unless he was gonna make it a competition. Otherwise, he wouldn't do it. Like if he was gonna play golf, he'd only play it if there was money at stake. Even if it was just you and your mate, he'd be like, "All right, 500 quid." And you're like, "I just want to play." He's like, "I'm not playing them."
Go big or go home.
Yeah. Some sort of mindset to be. I don't know. There's so much stuff going on about that guy. I really know fuck all about basketball, so I can't really say. But I think people just remark about like his mindset and his attitude. Just everything is always about win, 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 fight, fight, fight.
Yeah, it's probably what got him to where he was though.
Yeah.
Because he's another household name, isn't he? No one knows much about. Like in England, basketball isn't really a thing. Like
that,
you don't really
not at all, really,
or anything like that. But everyone knows who Michael Jordan is.
Yeah, not at all.
Even if it's just because of the shoes, like everyone that silhouette of him, everyone knows what that is.
So is it him that features in what's the Looney Tunes film with the basketball?
Jam.
Huh?
Yeah.
Space Jam. That's him, right? Yeah. Fucking love Space Jam. It's a good film.
I think they're doing a remake of it soon.
Oh, they're doing it. What was the fuck I saw? I saw
remakes of everything.
I saw Inception at the cinema on Monday. It's good. I haven't seen that in like 10 years, but actually like being in the cinema, like the full updated surround sound for that soundtrack is fucking awesome. It was real good. But I saw a trailer for something that really pissed me off. Oh, that was it. Pinocchio. They're redoing fucking Pinocchio.
Live action.
Yes.
Live action.
Thank you. See, I don't get enough people being pissed off about it. I think it's just me, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're nice films." Like, no, because they redid Mulan, and there was no fucking Mushu in it. There's no Eddie Murphy in the new Mulan.
Yeah, but that's because they wanted to make it. Like,
see, that's the face. That's the face of sadness right there.
I haven't seen Mulan, but my girlfriend is very into her Disney. Yeah. It's a well-anticipated movie for her. But personally, I think they should have left a lot of the Disneys alone. Maybe remastered them to 4K, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
Some of them are alright. I mean, the Jungle Book, that was okay, but they missed out a lot of good stuff, like the Elephant March. Is it the Elephant March song?
I think it is. Yeah.
It's a good song. They missed that out.
It's guaranteed money, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's easy money.
Even if that film isn't made very well, it's still going to make so much money at the cinema because it's Disney.
Of course it will. Yeah, even
they just got a license to print money at this point, haven't they?
Well, a cynic I heard was saying that they did. The reason they're redoing them is because the copyright license has run out.
Yeah.
So there's a 50-something year copyright license on all these films, and they have to redo them, or they'll lose. It'll be up for grabs again, so someone else could copyright it. So Disney can't have it.
Somebody else could purchase the license.
Yeah. Christ, imagine what the fucking license would cost for the original, not original, but one of the early Disney film collections.
I dread the thing.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That's
when you consider they brought Marvel and Lucasfilm recently.
Yeah.
How much? I don't know. I can't remember how much they went for, but
yeah, that's gonna be crazy. I'm trying to think of the last Marvel film I saw.
After Endgame, I haven't really watched any.
I haven't even seen the second part of Endgame.
Have you not?
No.
you got
everything spoiled for you.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't really. I suppose it doesn't matter at this point.
Well, I'm just not even committed to seeing it now.
I mean, fair enough. They're not really missing out much. There's a couple of moments that you're there just like, but for the most part, you're like, yeah.
They destroyed Star Wars. That was bad enough.
Oh, mate, don't even. That was so bad.
Although The Mandalorian is amazing.
I need to see that.
I would highly recommend anyone to watch The Mandalorian.
I need to see it. That does look good. It's funny. My cousin, on the Star Wars point, my cousin calls me up just randomly just to complain about how shit the new Star Wars movies are.
I don't blame him.
He gets so angry. Yeah.
That's so crap.
Yeah, fucking awful. Well, it's because they're trying to be really preachy and, show diversity, show a lesbian couple, show another black lady. Whoa. Put some colour in there, really spice things up. Well done, everyone. We've now ticked all the boxes. We're good people.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can understand why they want to do that. I haven't got a problem with that. They should be doing stuff like that. It's just the fact that...
Joe, it's like you're scared of the mic, mate. No, run away.
I know, I keep
Just bring it close. Just bring it that way. There
But
you go.
they keep, they rehashed the story,
Yep.
which they didn't need to do.
Yeah. What's wrong with the new plot?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And then they put stuff in that made no sense, like Princess Leia can use the Force, but in the last film they had to put a scene in to explain how she could use the Force.
Yeah.
Because she went through the entire first films and become an adult and never used the Force once, even though she was surrounded by people that could use the Force.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's just stupid.
There's so many annoying, and it was just proper cringy as well when they had You've seen the most recent Star Wars ones?
Nope.
Do you want to?
Nope.
Good man. Okay, so
Nope.
so it was when they had Rey. When they first of all they had ended up being Palpatine's granddaughter. That dude should not be able to have sex with anyone. He should just be a thing. Like he shouldn't be able to have children. That's just dumb. And also, why the hell should you have to kiss Kylo Ren towards the end of it? I mean, like I was sat in the cinema with my sister, and we were like, and it was about to happen. We were like, no, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And we were like, oh god, fuck, shit, god, they did it. That's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like in the cinema, surrounded by people, like, no, not good, not good.
They fucking destroyed Kylo, and they had such good films. They had Adam Driver, who's
he's great,
awesome.
He's great,
and he could have done so much more. But they made him like this whiny little like.
He was such a spoiled teenager.
Yeah, like they should have made him this like badass supervillain. He's got that crazy sword.
Yeah.
He's supposed to base himself off Darth Vader, who shows no emotion whatsoever in any films.
Yep.
And then he's this like I know he's supposed to be torn about like his dad and
but
stuff like that.
Cry me a fucking river, mate. You're supposed to be a Sith Lord. Jesus Christ.
Like, it's the worst part of destroyed that entire film for me is he stops a blast. I'm going to go on a huge rant here because this.
Come on, Joe. Come on. Don't worry, we'll get Alex angry about something in a minute. Come on.
From the first scenes in the first film, he stops a blaster shot.
Yeah, that no other Jedi or
with
Sith
the Force
ever has done.
No, they've only ever stopped it with a lightsaber. He stops it with the Force.
Yeah.
Yet he cannot defeat Rey, who's never used the lightsaber before.
Yeah.
In her
She's
first
picked it
battle.
up. Yeah.
No, I understand she's supposed to be like good. Obviously, she's the daughter of a huge Sith
a real
Lord,
evil cunt. Yeah.
But she's never used a lightsaber in her life. She's never had any real training.
Yeah.
Never gets any real training because they kill Luke off too quick.
He's busy levitating on a rock. Leave him alone, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Alex.
Spoilers.
This entire episode is just a giant spoiler for anything you've ever seen or ever will see. What's the last film
We're
you
only
saw?
spoiling shit films.
That's good. I like that. That's a good idea. Just spoil shit films.
That's it. You should do a podcast, like a separate one, which is just spoiling shit films, so you don't have to watch
mate.
it.
Sorry, mate. We can do that. We can do that. Copyright our idea. We've got about a month till this comes out, so no one can copy it. All right, we're all good. We'll come back on that one. Well, yeah. Sorry, mate. He's being rude, but I was very entertaining. What was the last thing you saw?
Oh god, cinema or streaming?
Either, mate. Whatever.
Last thing I saw.
I want to hear something that was either good or terrible.
Oh god. Might be a while here.
Go on. Alex,
just keep talking.
I'll
figure it out.
I saw. Fuck's sake. It's like we haven't had 3 months less locked at home or anything. I watched Parasite.
Oh, I want to see that.
It's good. Watch it. It's one of those things that if I tell you anything about it, it'll give it away because it doesn't fall into any genre. It just is its own thing.
Yeah.
So you need to always fucking look at it.
Let me look at my watch
He's
list.
looking at what phone is that?
It's an S20 Ultra.
Oh,
It's very nice. Very good, yeah.
when did you get that?
Beginning of June, maybe.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
See, I was deep into my going back to Samsung since October. But I was like, yeah, cool. Have a bit of a break from Apple. Enjoy that sort of stuff, the customizability and all that. And then I started doing this, and just Android just wasn't doing me any favors. It just crashed. Like it took me like 2 days to put something together. I was like, well, this takes me like an hour. So I was like, yes, this makes it a little better. So I'm sorry, boys. I joined and then left again.
Wow, the last movie I watched was Bad Education.
Seth
That was a while
Rogen?
ago. No, that's Bad Neighbours you're thinking of.
Oh, what's Bad Education?
That's the one with Jack Whitehall.
Is that a film? I thought it was a series.
Have you not
It's a
seen
series,
that?
but they've done a film.
Oh,
It's
cool.
really good.
I haven't
It's
seen
quite
any of
good,
that.
It's really good.
Yeah, would recommend. It was good.
Okay, cool.
Other than that, I haven't actually watched a film in a while, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Apparently not. No, it's just loads of series.
Fair play.
There's a Adam Sandler one in there, Murder Mystery.
Is that a film or a series?
That's a series. Would not recommend.
Adam Sandler in a series doesn't sound good.
No, it's a film.
What the?
Film.
You're confusing me now, mate. What's going
It's
on?
a film
It's a
with
film.
Jennifer
It's a
Aniston.
film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a series. Yeah, currently watching Lucifer. Would recommend.
Very good. I've done the first season. Loved it. I'm like 2 episodes into season 2.
Oh, I'm on the
Yeah,
latest
it's
season
good.
that came out today.
Oh, fuck. Oh, season 5?
Yeah.
Shit.
Second episode.
Oh,
getting good.
oh, look at you. You ever see Lucifer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fine. It's just me behind you two then. Fine. The Boys. I'm on episode 6 of that.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's good.
amazing.
Yeah.
Fucking love that.
The new season
so
of that
good.
comes out soon, don't it?
Yeah, it does. That'll be good. I can't get. I mean, like that film will really separate the boys from the men from the opening scene, where you just got a spoiler. We'd like when he just runs through what's her face and he's just left holding a pair of hands.
I love the concept that it's not in like a world where there's superheroes and supervillains. It's like it's just superheroes, but they're all actually supervillains. Like
Yeah, well, they're just dickheads.
It's great. Like they're like these rock stars that have like had their like heyday. Now they're just doing drugs and like just like trying to relive their heyday sort of thing. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's brilliant.
Yes, and
It's
Carl
quite dark. It's quite a dark sense of humour. Carl Urban's just
Urban's
brilliant.
fucking excellent. He's so underrated. I'm glad he got that because he's perfect for him.
He's so underrated in everything he does. Like him's Dredd, like Judge
Excellent.
Dredd. That film, like
Excellent.
I can't believe that film crashed. I think it's because Judge Dredd, like, it's quite a niche like comic book. It's not mainstream, and I don't think Sylvester Stallone did it any favors
No.
in his film. But
No. Well, you don't.
like, Carl Urban was amazing.
Anything with Sylvester
absolutely
Stallone in it, you don't watch it because of its serious nature. Like, as in, you're like, okay,
It's
Rocky
tongue-in-cheek,
is
innit?
Rocky's a serious like concept. But it's Stallone. You're there like, okay, it's just like over the top. You're like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Or any of the Expendables films. I think I watched like the first 2 or when
They're
this is
just funny.
this is just
You
getting
don't take him
ridiculous now.
seriously. The best thing about all his films is Jason Statham. Like he's brilliant. He's just entertaining to watch.
Oh yeah. Well, have you guys seen Hobbs and Shaw?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it all the way through. I was just picking holes in the whole thing. I was like, what the fuck? No, they didn't explain it. Come on, what? Why is there a cell on a machine? Oh god, whatever.
No, but then again, like them films, they're just tongue in cheek. You know, you shouldn't really read.
I
into
know.
them.
I'm getting cynical in my old age, mate. I finally turned 25. Don't worry, mate. It'll happen to you. It's okay.
Downhill from there.
It is downhill from 25, mate. It really is.
Come on, mate. I mean, I get don't shoot me in the dick for this one because I only get to share this with you for 2 months. Then you fuck off again.
It's true.
Yeah.
That is very true. Yeah. I can't believe I'm gonna be 26. It's crazy, man.
I was thinking. I can't remember. I was speaking to you the other day about it, but for the amount, because I've known you two for
Too long.
13 years. I'm gonna
Sounds
say.
about right. Yeah.
Yeah. And like the main amount of time that we did the most shit together was like 2003. Let's say 2012 to 15. Let's say for that sort of stuff. Because then we like people getting cars, people driving, people going camping, going on holiday. You guys Alex are taking you out of the country on your first ever trip abroad.
Yeah.
Proud of him.
I just think it's like that only happened like the last thing was what 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So as in like the whole everything being compressed. Because since then everyone's gone to their own. Everyone's spread out more, and we're still hanging out, still doing our stuff, but it's more spread. It's less frequent. Whereas then we just did everything like minimum every other week. We were doing something.
Yeah.
We're getting something done. It's weird to think back that we just compressed all of it into that time. Like I found, I've just found myself just digging through, among other people, your two Facebook just to like shared pictures, and I didn't realize that you'd taken this, but it was the night when Yuma was violently sick. Yuma, Richards, Nathan, the one where it's on Gravel Hill.
Oh,
and
no.
then Yuma's it's literally a picture of him stood in his own sick, being sick that way, and then you can see in the background later on another one. I was like, fuck it, I knew, because we've got obviously the immortalised one of him in the sink in the kitchen.
That was the time before.
That was that's the same day.
Was it the same day? I thought.
Yeah,
it was the time
he did it
before.
like 3 times.
Or the time after. Who knows?
I don't know. With him, he throws so much.
Yeah, true. Standard.
I know.
I haven't
It's
seen you
crazy.
in ages, actually.
I messaged him. I was like, "Dude, what are you doing next weekend? You should come down and hang out with us." He was like, "Oh, I'm having Richard round mine in Brighton for my birthday." I'm like, "Why have one person round when you can come up here and have all of us?" And he was like, "No." I went, "All right."
He's busy and he's
All
doing
right,
stuff.
mate. Would you remember that week? I had that whole week off to myself. Well, us in October 12. October 12. I want to say in half term.
You want to put this stuff on camera and release it onto the internet?
Okay, we didn't do anything bad. All right, it's fine. And Mum already knows this. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Nothing bad. He's making it seem like it's a bad thing. Nothing bad happened.
Some bad stuff happened.
No,
Maybe stupid stuff. It is what
Yeah,
it is.
stupid's fine. It's
Stupid
just
stuff.
It's
used
just
to
you get.
happen.
It's just you get. Okay, I mean, the night number one is when Alex thought it'd be good to have a. What did you have? You had like a. It was either chili or like a Scotch bonnet or
Oh, we're
something.
talking about this.
Yeah.
Okay,
We have
I'm
a
on
chili
board
eating
now.
competition.
I'm on board. Okay. So, for some reason, I don't know what you were doing, party, gathering. There was a few people.
Yeah, man.
I just come back from work and I hadn't had dinner, so I ordered a Chinese. Ate my
Oh,
Chinese
that's
happily
what
in
it
the
was.
kitchen while everyone was drinking and stuff. Pretty weird, but
mind your own business.
had to be done. And then someone bought some Naga chilies, maybe.
I think it was
Oh
Jake.
shit! Yeah, they were.
I
Yeah.
remember it. was
Jake just always had like a bag of them in his pocket.
Yeah. I didn't know this at the time. I just thought it was a regular chili. So I was like, oh yeah, sick. took the whole thing, and I was like, this is quite hot. Then that's when it hit me.
And the only thing I remember is you begging me for some milk.
Yep.
And then you running out the door and being sick everywhere out the front.
Yep.
It was impressive. It was a good colour. It was
Yeah.
like a Shrek green, you know.
Yeah, it's
That'd
probably
be
the
all
Chinese that did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was fine after that. It's great.
It was educational for many things. I mean, for that, and then also for the fact that you and a friend of ours had just turned 18. So you two had gone out, and the rest of us were all still at home, 17.
Yeah.
And you turned up at what, like 2 a.m, just blitzed out of your head.
Yeah, so me and my accomplice and stupidity, Kyle, we'd been out in town because we'd both got off of work. Because we were both working in town at the time.
Yeah.
We'd got extremely drunk in Paths and what was old Purple Tail.
Oh yeah, old turtle, nice.
Because they had a drink called Killer Zombie, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
just
yeah.
loads of spirits mixed with like orange juice.
Yeah.
We had a couple of them. We got a kebab, and then we took the taxi back to yours. By then, like it'd all gone into our system, and we were like absolutely destroyed. Yeah, all I remember is like falling through the door of your house,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. Like, I don't really remember anything else of that night.
Yeah, I know you were enthusiastically disassembling our Nerf collection there, and just saying how all of them were put together wrong, and you could do it better.
Was I?
Yeah, well, you were just in the corner just loading foam bullets into magazines, and you were just laying them out, and then you weren't firing them, you just loading them all up and laying them out.
Firearm safety.
I mean, it was very neat, and then Carl was just being his typical self and just talking to everyone and everything.
Yeah. Just
Until
sounds
people
about
disperse.
Problem was, because we were in the house, you couldn't get away from him, so someone was always the victim.
right. Yeah.
I was, That was bloody good fun for all that stuff though. But don't worry, boys. I'm having a mini recreation next weekend. It'll be a good laugh.
What's the plan? What's the actual?
Fucking only me being enthusiastic. Man. Fuck you, whatever.
I'm enthusiastic. I just don't know what's going on.
Oh,
there's
so
not really anything in the.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just turn up. Like,
Yeah, that's-
how are we turning up? Like, we just turn.
I don't know.
Up?
You could
Or
you
we
could get
turning up.
you can get well yeah that's implicit. I mean how you turn up is up to you. You can get a helicopter. You could get a horse to drop you
Taxi,
off.
man.
Whatever you want, man. But yes, the implication is to, as Alex would say, turn it up like that.
Oh, you want me to say again?
Yeah, go on, do it.
Wait. Turn it up.
There we go.
We're
No,
living-
I mean, we haven't
living
been-
it up like it was 2012 again.
Yeah, man. Come on. I've been talking to too many people. I'm like, people are like, oh, you know, it's good memories, wasn't it? Ah, shame we can't do it. I'm like, why can't we fucking do it? There's enough of us here.
Because I can no longer mix vodka and Strongbow together. and
Okay,
drink
we're
it.
not. We're
That's-
not.
That's what we used to do.
Yes,
That's what the
we
issue
did.
Was.
We did. Okay, we're not recreating Shaq 17th where you nearly killed everyone, but you know.
They wanted to get drunk. I got drunk.
That was good.
They never specified how.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I've spoken to several people, and that is a commonality when they're saying, yeah, it's probably the first time I got properly drunk.
Yeah, I mean that is usually one of the when people like want to remember parties in the past. That's usually one of the ones they bring up.
Yeah.
And it usually,
Yeah.
It usually starts with, Joe, do you remember when you? I know exactly what you're gonna say.
You were infamous for it, mate, because you just grab shit, just pour it into a glass. But the thing is, you were like an evil alchemist because you knew what you were doing. It didn't look like you did, but you actually knew what was going on.
Yeah, I mean the trick is to just mix everything together and then dilute it down with something that tastes nice. So you can't taste the alcohol that's in it.
Well, it's a question I've got for you two boys then. When was the first time you guys got drunk? As in, not tasted it, but like got drunk.
I don't actually know.
No.
No. Probably with my dad.
Cool.
That sounds bad.
No,
I
that's
was
cool.
like
Yeah,
I
15.
think it's when we used to go around yours. Like, do you remember like when we were like, we must have only been 14
Yeah.
at the time when we used to go around yours.
Yeah.
And back then it only take like a 4-pack of Strongbow.
Mate, it would be like half the big bottle. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky enough to have friends that were 17.
Lucky is questionable.
7 and 18, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say lucky. That could purchase me alcohol
Yeah.
wherever I wanted. And that's it, yeah.
I think, but yeah, that's not answering the question though.
No, it would have been. I think.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think it would have been when we went camping the first time down in Bogs, which would have been 2009, I want to say. I think that was the first time I ever got drunk. Because, well, definitely tipsy at the minimum. Because when we were drinking, it was me and Luca was drinking from this 2-litre bottle of Strongbow. I just remember how fucking horrible it tasted, but it was just did the trick. I remember like running across Bugs and it felt like the ground was a good foot below my feet.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it was before then. Because we used to just drink during the day, but at lunchtime, and we would just sit in someone's garden and drink.
Yeah.
And then just go home.
Yeah.
Because that's all you can do when you're like
Yeah.
underage.
Well, speaking of day drinking, I think the most impressive I've ever seen is from you when you went out on like you went out with I think it was with your dad or your mates, but you went out on a boat at like 8 a.m.
Yeah, that was messy.
That was-
okay. So how did it start? So it was. I think it may have been your like a birthday thing for you or something in Bugs. Was that it? No, it was too early.
No, that rings a bell.
No, it might have been June. I think it was June because KG used to text me
Okay.
about it like every year, saying it was the anniversary of when we got fucked up.
That was just you, mate.
KG was pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for him though.
Yeah, one can.
Coming
I think
from
we
me.
pretty much that evening we all pretty much tried to drink till we blacked out.
Yeah.
We've done that a couple of times.
But yeah, when you're that age, you don't really have like a governance system, do you?
Nah,
You just
You
drink
just keep
and
going,
drink
yeah.
and drink and drink until like you can't
Yeah.
walk anymore.
Yeah. Sorry, Alex, he was rude again.
Yeah.
What happened with your story?
We divest. Yeah, so I think I was 14. You guys were 15. My dad and his mate. Well, I was staying over my dad's the night before. And his mate, him and a few mates, or a lot of mates, rented 2 boats from his place. Just cruised up the Thames. They did it every few years or something, and they just did like fancy dress. But it started at like 8 in the morning, and that's when you start drinking. So
Fucking Christ.
obviously, I was young. I was kind of sensible about it. My dad made me kind of sensible, so I had a beer, some water, beer, water, beer, water. But then when you're doing that all day and then turn up and go drinking with mates,
Yeah.
you don't have that water afterwards.
Yeah.
That's when it gets messy.
Because you joined us like when we were a couple of hours in as well.
Yeah. That's messy. I didn't have the best of drinks. I had Red Stripe, and then
A gentleman's drink.
Yeah, and then I remember Yuma, I believe, just took a load. I was like, okay, cool. And then we went to the shop after he downed them, and we bought Kronenberg, and then I don't remember much after that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know. Unfortunately they all blend into one. But that might have been the night where I had to like put like 7 of you to bed.
Yeah, maybe.
That might have been. That would make sense.
Yeah, well, there's 2 nights. One time I remember waking up on your floor with Tom Cage on the bed in his underwear.
Yeah. He does that a lot.
That was odd.
Yeah.
And then the next time I remember waking up on a sofa with like 5 of us. Not on the same sofa.
We used to end most of those nights going back to yours, didn't we?
It was good. Well, it was. That was a fucking good house for doing that sort of shit.
Yeah.
It was very good for that.
It was where it was located as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. I remember my 17th. I want to. Yeah, 17th. And everyone brought around tents and they sort of like chilling in the garden.
I remember that one. Yeah.
And no one could sleep because all we could hear was just foxes just screaming most of the night. I was a good laugh, but I remember Shaq like put his tent down, but then he put it like downhill, so that he's just like rolling out of it, and so he just packed a much one home.
I think most of your garden there was sloped.
Yeah, it was just a hill, yeah.
So like, I remember doing that, and we kept rolling down the tent, like because it was we should have had it at the door sideways. We had it so the door was facing the house.
Yeah.
And obviously, because of the way the tent was shaped, you were supposed to sleep across it.
Yeah.
So that's what we've done. But obviously, you sort of roll into each other throughout the night because, like, you were all rolling downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was good. It was quite fun actually. Like the camping, because we've done it at a few people's houses as well, didn't we? We put up tents and camped.
I don't remember any others. I think we did one at
Did one at Emma's.
Yeah, it was Salter's old house. Actually, no, I think it was only one person did that. I think everyone else just because it was like you were part of it. I think there was like 5 of us in his bed, and he was on the floor, and then there was Carl like in a chair in the corner. For some reason, that we all just slept like that. But we did, and we just woke up like the next day, because all of us just like crammed in there like sardines.
Yeah.
Which worked out quite well. And the camper stuff would be cool. Fucked off we couldn't go this year. Because me and you were talking about going camping this year, and obviously all this shit happened, so we couldn't go.
Yeah, but I mean, if we organise something for next year,
Yeah.
we'll be doing. Do you know? Then we just got to think of what we want to do.
Yeah.
We need to organise an event of some kind, or a challenge, or something like that.
Okay, because
It'd be nice to be something we could train for.
Yeah, I actually wanted. Well, how's your knee now?
It was alright in Snowden. As long as I had to strap it with tape and sleeve it so it was supported. Obviously, something like that, it's just slow and steady. It was alright. Yeah, it didn't give me any problems afterwards.
Cool. Would you want to do anything that was, for both of you guys, would you want to do anything that was running, or what would you want to do as like an event?
Not so much running. I prefer something that's more like a slower, like endurance kind of style.
Yeah.
Than like a sprint.
Cycling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love cycling. So
Yeah.
Impact. Good for the knees.
Yeah, I'm up for cycling.
Yeah, I mean, I love cycling, so I'll be well up for that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
What kind of cycling?
Well, it depends how crazy we want to be, because we could do the good old Land's End John O'Groats, if you're feeling that.
So my uncle did that,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a triathlete,
Yeah.
and that took him nearly 2 weeks.
Yeah, and you need a support vehicle, and there's a lot
And
that
I
goes
mean,
into
he's fit. Like,
Yeah.
like that sort of stuff is what he lives for.
Yeah.
We'd have to probably train for a year solid to get anywhere close to that level of.
Okay.
It's not just that, the bikes and the
They've got to be
spares.
maintained. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the bikes if you want to ride something like that, you want an expensive,
Mm.
decent bike, and that's expensive. Like the parts. I mean, you could rent them, but obviously you need something to train on for that year as well. So I don't think that's something we could just rock up and do. Without doing
I'm sure it'll be
smaller
fine, mate.
events
Don't worry.
before.
Don't worry about it. We'll get a penny farthing. I'm sure we could do it.
You know, I think, but I like the idea though. I mean, like we could do something like that, or we could do something like XC, so like cross country.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
That might be a bit easier.
Yeah, that would be real cool. Is it like a distance thing, or just you go across the terrain?
It depends. So it could be like a time challenge. So you could be trying to cover a certain amount of distance in the shortest possible time.
Mm.
You could just be going for distance. You might go, I want to go from this point to this point.
Yeah.
Depends how you want to set it up, really. It depends what you want to be. Like, I mean, we won't be doing it so much as a competitive.
Yeah. Of course.
You
not.
can do competitions, do host competitions and like that. I think they do a.
No, it's still like it's still a little bit of fun.
500-mile one.
Yeah.
But obviously it'd just be us doing something. So.
Well, I think I want to do something big next year. I really enjoyed our Sober November last year. I don't know about you do, but I really enjoyed it. So I'd like to do something like that again.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem with that is the way we monitored it and checked it. We needed the same devices.
Yeah.
So it was being charted, mapped and charted the same way.
Yeah.
What do we do it on again? Time, heart rate?
So we,
Can't remember how we did it.
because we, as Joe said, because we had different devices, we had to get two variables to make sure we added them together. So it was duration and max heart rate, average heart rate.
Okay, yeah.
It was duration? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was two of them. Yeah, because otherwise you could just walk everywhere. Which from you having a go at me for? Fuck off. You having a go at me for a while. I was going quick. I got my heart rate up. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, we'll forget about that.
Yeah. I succumbed to advertising and I got a Whoop strap.
Ooh, very nice.
It's supposed to be really good.
It's awesome. Like, it's real cool. It's real cool. Listen, Whoop. Listen. It was it is really good because it will
But
do.
it doesn't actually have like an interface on it, does it? You can't actually use
So
it.
this doesn't. There's an app on my phone which I'll show you after this.
Yeah.
But it will track your sleep and it'll then tell you how well your body recovered during your sleep, and then will say what exercise you can do after that.
Okay, yeah, I think I've seen it advertised this.
Yeah. So loads.
Joe Rogan promotes it quite a lot.
Loads of people. Steve will start doing it as well. Loads of people have it, which is cool. But it is really good because like some days I'll be like, why do I feel so weird? And I'll check that. I'll be like, oh, that's why I feel bad. Or it'll log your exercise and how hard you need to go. And once you get past a certain point, it says when you need to exercise as well, because it'll find out like the peak times to do it.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because I've got like a couple of days till I've worn it for 30 days. Then it will tell me like times of the day to do it.
Okay, so it has to sort of like build up like a log of what you do.
Yeah, so it syncs with yourself.
Yeah.
But then it says like it'll recommend sleep patterns for you. So if you want to have a chill day tomorrow, you can say, okay, don't worry about too much sleep. Or if you want to have let's say go to bed at like 12, wake up at 7:30. Or if you want to like really perform really well, go to bed at 10:03 and wake up at 7:04 or something like that. So it's really it gets more precise the more you wear it because it takes more and more readings.
Yeah.
So that could work, something like that, because you can obviously you need your phone, whereas like with the devices we've got, you just tap it and you do what you want to do.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean, I know I said I don't really want to do running, but there was a great running challenge that
You keep doing move.
that David Goggins set out,
Oh fuck.
and the idea is it's 2 days, and what
Yeah.
you have to do is you run, if you run 4 miles and then sleep for 4 hours, and then over those 2 days you cycle and you accumulate like I can't remember the rules of it. I have to find it.
Okay.
But that's quite a good idea.
4 miles, 4 hours sleep.
So yeah, so you end up accumulating like so many miles. I have to find it. There's a proper name for it. If you go on YouTube, there's quite a lot of people that have done it.
hang on. So for how long will it take? What's an average to take you to run 4 miles? An hour? Hour and a half?
No,
Hour and a half?
So if you're a good runner,
I'm in kilometers in my head, so I can't work that out.
yeah. Well, I flick between the two. It's annoying. If you're a good runner, you could probably do 3 miles in, I reckon, 25 to 30 maybe. So yeah,
Okay.
So I just remember it from when I was training like years ago. So sorry. Yeah, you could probably do a mile in. You could probably do a mile a minute if you're a fairly decent runner, I'd
Yeah.
say.
So it's 4x4 by 48. So it's 4 miles, and then you sleep for 4 hours, and then you run and you keep cycling that for 48 hours.
Right. Why do you do that?
Hmm?
Why do you do that?
It's just like an endurance challenge.
okay.
Because he's an animal, that's why he's a savage. So that's what we're saying, roughly 50 minutes. We say.
Yeah, let's just say that aloud for. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So yeah, so give you so it's an hour. Let's say an hour.
Yeah,
Be on the
so
safe side.
Be generous.
Yeah. So an hour.
So
for
yeah, so you
rest,
basically
4 hour
you
rest.
run. Yeah. So the idea is
That seems really weird.
What if you're someone like me that just can't? I just can't sleep. So do I just
You just
just
keep
run?
running.
Just keep running.
Just keep running, mate.
so the idea is you run 48 miles,
Okay. Fair enough.
which is
Yeah.
that's a hell of an achievement because that's longer than a marathon.
That is a lot. Yeah. You're
You know.
breaking it up.
And I mean that's nearly 2 marathons over 2 days. That's the idea. But
Hmm.
because you're exercising, like recovering, exercising, recovering, exercising, recovering. It's an endurance challenge. It's like the idea is it's to sort of like prove your mental toughness,
Yeah.
because it's less about fitness because you're only running 4 miles at a time, as opposed to running a marathon where you're running those
It's
miles.
consistent. Yeah.
It's about getting up, doing it, and the mental aspect to it.
Hmm.
That's the idea behind it. It's like the idea is it's a physical exercise, but you're challenging yourself mentally.
Imagine how fucking bad how much your legs are gonna ache when you wake up though, because my legs ache if I run like an hour and then stop or walk, because everything just seizes up. Imagine how bad that would be afterwards.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Oh.
That's the mental side of it, because you've then got to pull yourself out and do it.
Oh. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean,
no, that
something
can
we
work.
could do something like that. I'm not saying we do that challenge, but because that's only 48 hours. I mean, that's not a huge commitment. You know, like if you're out for a week, that's a lot of logistics behind that. But
Well, do you know? You both know who Ross Edgley is, right?
yes, yeah.
I've heard of the name.
So he's the dude who swam around the UK like a year or two ago.
Okay, yeah.
But he's done loads of really weird. Of course you fucking know him. You've got his book. He's got loads of really weird records and marathons. He's done. Like he's done the world's strongest marathon, where he did a marathon pulling a car. And then what else he's done? He's gone up and down a 20-foot tall rope at the height of Everest. So it took him like 3 days or whatever. And then he swam around between 2 islands in the Caribbean with a tree tied around his waist. And he did a triathlon with that same tree on his back.
Is that the triathlon?
Yeah, the triathlon, that was it, yeah. So he's got this fucking oak on his back.
Mean, that's kind of cool. You can do something like that. Like,
That's just something a bit different.
yeah, and I mean, you can do like challenges where you accumulate stuff. So like when bring David Goggins back into it, like when he did his world record for pull-ups.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, yeah.
Obviously, he done that by doing 5 pull-ups every minute. So
Yeah.
maybe we could think about doing something that's like something we do together, but it's like an accumulative thing. Like,
Yeah, there must be something. Because with world records, will they go in? Because you'll have a subcategory which would be like team achievements as well, wouldn't you?
I don't know how the world records work. I'm not saying we go for a world record, but like,
Could do.
I mean, if we make someone up stupid enough, we could probably.
Yeah, we can make up something. So if we did like 3, we're like, did it? Did the world record.
yeah, I suppose like you said about like Ross, like when he done his swim around England, he ended up breaking several records just because no one had ever done anything like that. So because he was caught in a current,
Yeah.
he ended up setting the world's fastest swim, like the fastest pace he ended up
Yeah.
setting loads of like small records that he hadn't even realised he'd gone out and set, just because on his way to doing that he'd accumulated all these other like things that no one else had ever done, because no one else had ever like thought of doing it. There's plenty of people have swum the channel.
Yeah.
Fair few people have actually like achieved that and done swimming challenges up and down the Thames and that.
That'd be quite cool.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know the first thing about swimming. Like, I can swim, not very well, but
yeah, swimming in the lake doesn't really count. It's a little bit different.
I would love to do open water swimming.
That would be cool.
That looks really cool.
That would be cool. So with the swim around the UK, this dude, he was there so long that his tongue started disintegrating from all the salt water. Yeah. And there was one point where he got a sting. Like, he was like swimming along and something hit in the head. He was like, oh fuck, shook it off, kept going, and he was like, oh, it's just, I'm feeling there's a weird pain. It's really hurting. I can't really see out one of my eyes. And he was like, right, okay. So he popped up, and the captain's there like, obviously looking after him. And then Ross is like, oh, I got hit by a jellyfish earlier. And then his captain looks down, and the jellyfish is wrapped around his head, and it's stung him so badly that his face has warped out of his goggles, so his goggles doesn't fit on his face. But he's got fucking jellyfish on his face, and he's still swimming.
That guy is a machine, though.
Have you heard him speak? He sounds like a really, really excitable, posh teenager.
He does, yeah.
But he's like a Viking. Like, he's just colossal. He's a huge dude. He's massive ass beard as well. He looks like a fisherman cross with Poseidon.
Yeah, well, like when you read the book, like he talks about the physiological, like the changes his body went through physically because of obviously all he was doing then was swimming, so his body adapted to just. It was swim.
Just shoulder. That was it. Just shoulder and arms.
And his body started storing fat around his upper torso to support that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
He had to teach himself how to walk again because he's forgotten. Because he's just been spent so long just in the water, just like that. He spent 5 months. Wow. So, not saying we do anything for 5 months, but I think that's something similar vein where something's a little bit different, it's a little bit quirky. Because he combined a few things together.
But what would you think? Because it's quite hard to find, because a lot of it's been. Problem is, because you've all got work commitments, mate, it's hard. It's got to be something that we can work training around. Obviously, working full time. I mean, his job was he's a professional athlete, so he can spend all of his time. Because he did for training, he did a 48-hour straight swim, didn't he? In the Royal Marine Commando like training centre.
Yeah.
Obviously, he had access to high quality.
He's a Loughborough graduate, so he's got all his connections there. I wonder what he could do. I think it's got something like body weight with a twist, something like that.
I'm not saying we do this, but someone I work with, his mate who's a PT, right in the height of lockdown, he did 1,000 burpees in one go.
Fuck.
I mean, I personally don't want to do that.
I don't either, but that's a hell of an achievement.
Yeah.
The Murphy Challenge.
What's that?
So it's a weighted 1 mile run, and then I think, let me just get the numbers up. So I know it starts and finishes with a weighted 1 mile run. So it was a workout invented by a Navy SEAL, and obviously the weighted run was because of his body armor. So he was training to be able to operate in his body armor. So let me just get the official, because I know every year, the actor David Pratt who plays, he has a charity, and every year they do the Murphy Challenge to raise money for him, and like some vets and other actors and stuff will do this Murphy Challenge to raise money for like wounded veterans.
Yeah.
Let me pick it up. Yeah, so it is a weighted 1 mile run followed by 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then a second 1 mile run. And it's got to be wearing 200 pounds. Sorry, 20 pounds.
I was going to say, what the fuck?
So 20 pounds. Yeah, no, 20 pounds. So that's the equivalent of I don't know what that is in kilograms, because obviously it's American.
It's
just half it, really.
8.8, I think. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, so 9.07 kilograms. So 9 kilograms, basically.
Let's round it up to 10.
Yeah, why not make it a nice round 10?
I'll say I've got a 10. I've got a 10 upstairs.
I've got a weighted vest and 10 kilograms feels.
I've got one already.
It feels heavy, don't it? Like
Well,
it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're wearing it, it feels like a lot.
That is okay. We could do something like that. I like the weighted vest because we could take out the run, keep the weighted vest, and do just general calisthenics with it. Because we could do, I'm not saying 1,000 burpees, but we could do a certain amount of burpees with a weighted vest.
Yeah, I mean,
or pull-ups, dips, that sort of shit.
I mean, obviously these exercises, they're usually formulated as CrossFit WODs, so workouts of the day.
Yeah.
They've got loads of different challenges, so we could do several different of their challenges.
Yeah.
Obviously over like maybe one a month.
Yeah.
So you could do like the Murphy challenge for one. You know, they've got loads of these challenges, and they're quite hard as a sort of like a warm up to something else, maybe.
That could work because I know you said your knee's on the way. Have you got a problem with your knee or leg?
You did, didn't you?
I did for years. Yeah, then I just decided to squat loads, and it's done the trick.
Oh, it helped it.
Yes, yeah.
Fair enough.
It didn't at first. It really did not. But
Yeah.
once I got through that, yeah, it helped. And then I did Ben Nevis last year, and then my other knee went a bit weird, but since then it's been alright.
Well, because my thing is, if we choose something that is, if you went for calisthenic stuff, it's not as much of an impact on the knee joint. Because ideally, I don't want to do running as a challenge because it just bores me. Like running,
I mean,
it's good, but it fucking bores me.
I
Whereas
mean,
cycling,
only,
I enjoy, and
yeah.
then you still get the same sort of distance out of it.
It's only a mile, and I was thinking if we did it somewhere like was it St. Crispin? What's the one with the Soul by Soul Gel?
Yeah,
because they've got
all
like
the bars.
They've got bars, and,
Yeah,
that, and
hell
also
yeah.
it's just a big field, so you can run in the field, so it's less impact.
Good move.
And all you do is just keep lapping around the field, like because obviously, like, well, my watch now it's got like a GPS, so you can track how far you'll go in.
Yeah. Same.
So you could do it all contained to there. It's easy. You can park there.
That's a good move.
So
if we can combine them together, because I like.
I mean, my knee's getting better because obviously I just climbed a mountain on it, so
I
like might be able to get it to that point.
I like the idea of that, but the weighted vest interests me. If we just add that to just pull-ups, chin-ups, dips, rows, squats, we can. Squats, I think, would be more interesting if we had like one of us on our shoulders. I think that'd be more interesting because you'd have to use the weighted vest for that. Because the weighted vest squat is easy. Like, it's not hard.
Yeah. Obviously,
doing
like
1,000.
there you have to do 300. So
That's a point. That's if you put the numbers in. That's a point. Another alternative is we could do the Spartan workouts, as in for the film workouts.
yeah, but it's hard to work that into.
Oh
like
no, I was thinking of the 300.
challenge.
Similar kind of thing. Maybe.
Yes, sorry, beg your pardon. The 300 workouts. Yes, they did a 1, 2, 3. They did 3 different levels. But the reps all added up 300 for each set. So the beginning one is easy because most of it's made up from star jumps, but the end one is a bitch because most of it is made up from pull-ups. Is where most of the numbers are made from.
Yeah.
So, but as an idea, but no, I like that idea. That's cool.
I think it's quite good because obviously you break it down to, so it's you'll break it down so you're doing sets of like so many pull-ups, so many press-ups, and then you just accumulate it to the numbers that you need, and then do the other mile run. I think logistically that's a lot easier, and it's like a proper fitness challenge.
Yeah.
And the idea is it's a day challenge, so it's quite a good idea.
Or how about do the 300 workout, so all 3 of them, so
Fuck. Okay, go on.
breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah.
Not at the same time, obviously. Start off easy at breakfast, then a medium for lunch, and then that, and then in between do the mile run with the weighted vest. So do the 2.
Ooh, that's brutal.
You've got a little bit of rest.
I feel like we'd have to work up to that because that sounds
Let me
brutal.
see if I can find the actual list for it. Hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry, check what your sub was.
Yeah, we have a few months until November. 1 month essentially. No,
Yeah.
2 months. Yeah, 2 months.
I mean, I'm game for doing like the Murphy challenge. I've wanted to do that for a while, but obviously because of my knee and COVID,
Yeah.
I've never been able to do it because
Okay. Well.
it's famous because like it's quite a famous challenge to do. I think that'd be quite a good one.
That would be cool. Well, let me read you out what the workouts are. So you've got the beginner workout, which is body weight rows, which is easy. So that's 15 reps. Squats 25, push-ups 15, startups 50, mountain climbers 20, close grip push-ups 10, body weight rows 15. That's the easy one. So that's breakfast.
Do you have to do that as so many circuits,
No,
or you just do that and then that's it?
That's one. That's
Okay.
it. That's for start to end. That's it. So it's all about adding up to 300. So you've got intermediate, which is pull-ups 25 straight out, deadlift 50. They don't put the weights in, which is annoying, but it's a dumbbell deadlift at 50 reps, 50 push-ups, 50 squats, 50 V-ups. Yeah, we know those. 50 reps of a dumbbell bench press, and then 25 pull-ups. That's middle. And then the original one is 25 pull-ups. What's 135 pounds in kilos? 70, 65?
I'd just say as a rule of thumb, pretty much half it.
Half it. Okay, so yeah, so 135 was 130, 65, 67.5, something like that. So 67.5 barbell deadlift, 50 reps. 50.
So basically a 70 kilogram deadlift.
Yeah, 50,
essentially.
50 times.
Okay.
50 push-ups.
So you could do 5 sets of 10 then, if you wanted to. Or does it have to be?
It's got to be start to finish. You can't take a break in within it.
Oh,
with
really?
Deadlifts.
Okay.
Yeah. 24-inch box jump 50. Floor wipers, which is barbell above your head, and you've got to swing your feet from plate to plate
While you're supporting the bar.
while you're supporting the bar. Single arm clean and press with 18 kilo kettlebell times 50 each arm, and 25 pull-ups.
Yeah. See, I don't think
That's pretty fucking
we couldn't
horrible.
do that all in one day.
The first one's a piece of piss. Like, that's easy. The second one is that'll push you. The last one is nasty.
I feel like if you're going to do that, you'd have to do one a day and build up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
If you did that, it would take you literally a year to prep for it. 300. That's the number of reps. So it could be done. I like it, to be fair. I've always wanted to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know
is
about
that
putting the running in between it, though. I don't know about that.
No. We won't do the run. We won't do the running if we're going to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're going to do that as a challenge, you should do it as Friday, do the first one, Saturday, do the second one, and Sunday. Well, maybe not do it on a Sunday because you'll be absolutely wrecked for work.
Well, yeah, but again, if we plan it far enough in advance, we can get the time off, so we can have like a week off afterwards.
Yeah, you need recovery time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we can put that. That's fine. But if we did it like one a day out of those 3, then we could put in the runs, like the Murphy thing you were saying, either side of it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like if we're going to do the Murphy challenge, we'll do it as just a day thing.
So remind me exactly what the Murphy is just by itself.
So it's a weighted 1 mile run.
Yep.
Followed by 100 pull-ups, 200 press-ups, 300 squats. You don't have to do like that. You can do it and break it down into sets of whatever you want.
Okay.
So I think what people usually do is 5 pull-ups, 10 press-ups, 15 squats, and then do it as like
repeat.
Yeah, and then repeat it as sets.
Yeah. Okay.
And followed by another 1 mile run. But it's like a day challenge. That's the idea. So that's something we could rock up to the park on there's decent weather and just do it like on a Saturday. So I think logistically that's easier to do.
Yeah, because with that we need more equipment.
Yeah, no, you need equipment. You need to set it up.
Yeah,
and plan.
yeah.
But where those like WOD challenges, like if you go on YouTube, you'll find loads of people. That
Yeah. Well, Spartan does every one day. Does one every day.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube and they show you like you can watch videos of it, and a lot of people do it for charity, for like veteran charities.
Yeah.
It's hard. Obviously, it's really hard, but I think that's something we could manage if we pace ourselves and just take it easy.
Alex, what are you thinking?
Go hard or go home.
I think the Murphy
Because that's
thing,
something we could just do on a Saturday. So whenever we're ready,
yeah,
just a Saturday, if the weather's all right,
yeah,
we can just go to like that park or something, So it's got everything we need there.
Yeah.
All you need is the pull-up bar and there's some space.
So with the calisthenics, are they saying are they saying they do the exercise with the weighted vest or just the run?
Yeah.
With the exercise, they do the weighted vest as well.
Yeah, to make it harder.
Fuck. Yeah. Okay. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
That does
The
sound
whole
good.
thing's done with it. The idea being that he was training to be able to carry all his gear.
Yeah. And a bit of exercise. Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
why you've got to break it
Yeah,
down.
I like that. My only concern with that is that it's not that original or that much of a twist.
No, it's not that much of a twist, but I think it's a good start point. I feel
Yeah,
like it's a good place to start, and as we build up and get better at organising and doing these things,
Yeah, good point.
and learn how to prepare as well. I think the biggest part is learning how to prepare, and then recover.
Yeah, recovery's going to be our bitch for that.
So you've got to learn how to do that before we do anything big. We've got to start small.
Well, when do you think would be a good time to do it? Like in the year next year?
Well, it doesn't have to be next year, because you could just do that on a Saturday. So I could just do it on a weekend.
No, as in to give us time to prep for it now. Because
Couple
I
of
can't.
months.
Couple of months.
Couple of fuck.
Yeah, a couple of months. Obviously, you just got to
Okay.
roll the hoodie on.
Well, all right. Okay, we can do a couple of months.
Yeah, it's just timing it for the weather. That's all in a couple of months, because obviously the bad weather starts coming in. But as long as the ground's reasonably solid and it's dry, that's all you need, really.
Okay. So if we could
So you
do,
just wear a hoodie, can't you?
so we could do that by the end of this year. You're saying, and then we could do the Spartan one next year.
Yeah,
Probably 300 one next year.
We can do whatever we want. Like those kind of like WOD workouts, we can do like one of those a month.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd be up for that. We could do that. What realistically do you think we could do it by? Beginning of December?
Depends on what your depends on
I
physical
could do it.
capabilities.
I could do it, mate. I could. If I start training now, I could do it by then.
Yeah. The only thing I've got, I'll sort of get back into moving with my knee. That's all.
Alex, beginning of December sound good?
Why not?
Let's have a look at a date. See what we got.
I mean, like any Saturday, I should be all right,
So you've got the
as long as it doesn't snow.
we haven't snowed in years, mate. The first
We'll
Saturday
do
of
it.
December is the 5th.
I can't commit until a date till 1st of September, really, because that's when we go back into rota.
Oh, okay,
And
cool.
they've changed all their shifts. So.
Cool.
Oh, the date is like something like this is pretty easy to
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, it's just so we
we
can
can
get a
What
ballpark.
about Boxing Day?
But if we look for like,
Well, man, I'll be
If we-
fucking, I'll be
if we
fucking
look for-
working, you bitch.
yeah, I mean, if we look for December, so it's like a Christmas challenge.
Mm.
So we just aim for December. If we get a couple of weeks out, and it's like, oh, we'll do it mid-December or late. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Just we're aiming for December.
You okay? Which what are you trying to do?
Just trying to kind of lower it so I can sit back here.
Why do you want to load? I can't hear you now.
What about now?
Yeah, now I can hear you. That's lovely.
Okay. There we go.
Okay, that's probably got
Okay.
you. I see what's happening.
Technician, mate.
Can make a car, but you've got can't do that.
Can't make a car.
I'm sure you
Fix a
could
car.
if it gave you all the bits.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Just chuck it together.
Yeah. We'll speak to you about the car later, by the way.
Oh, the Polo.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
What was looking? We're looking good here, boys. How much have we done? Done an hour and a half.
Wow, I'm proud
That's
of
not
myself.
I know. It flies away. Oh, I mean, Alex is leading the charge with the conversation here. You know.
I always do.
I realise I'm really mean, and I've put your first one directly in line with the camera.
Oh, that's alright.
We did that
You
on
can't even see
purpose.
me. Oh, no, you can see me.
go.
There we go.
There we go. We need that nice, pretty face. Again, I've only been doing this like 6 or 7 weeks or whatever, so I don't know what I'm doing.
Where do you get your most of your views from? Is it from SoundCloud or from YouTube?
YouTube, SoundCloud's. I don't think that many people use it for podcasts. I think they use it more for music, SoundCloud, whereas
It's
YouTube's
for
more.
underground music, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've got to set up a few. Like I haven't got it on Spotify or anything yet because I've got to set up an actual website and plug the URLs in
Okay, yeah.
because I can't just like directly upload it. I've got to have a server that they pull it from.
Okay.
So I've got to get that done. But have you found it? Have you found it today, Alex? You enjoyed your experience?
Been alright.
It's been alright.
It's better than I thought it would be.
Well, it's just us chatting shit, man. That's it. And it just, the benefit is that we can share it with the world, and they can all appreciate it.
Enjoy my crap life.
We haven't given us fucking anything, so I don't know.
Told you some drinking stories.
Huh?
Told you some drinking stories.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my life.
Can I have a hungover story from each of you? Like, what's the worst hungover you've been?
Worst hangover. Oh God. Probably. I mean, I never throw up from alcohol. There's only been 2 times. One being one New Year's Eve, and that was in the middle of the night.
Ugh.
That was just, forget about that one. Disaronno does not do it for me.
You and me both, mate.
And then the second time, every year, me and some work colleagues do the Oktoberfest in Reading. Pretty good night out. But it's 2 pints at a time. And you end up drinking that at the same pace as you do a pint, because it's just in your hand and you drink it. And I think I had probably 14 pints.
Oh my fucking god!
I was pretty gone. And then the next day, I woke up and it was my nan's birthday. Well, birthday meal. Going out for like a Sunday lunch, and I felt that's the worst I've ever felt. I threw up, and I had to go and sit down for like hours around this table just with food in front of me.
That's good.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
probably the worst hangover. So it was just bad. That's all I can say.
That's good. You're humanising yourself, mate. It's good. I like it. Joe?
I don't know. I think it's a draw between a stag do in Cardiff. That was horrific. Or a Christmas Eve when we were going to an Indian buffet, and I was too hungover. I couldn't even eat any of the food. Like, even because usually by dinner time I'm usually all right.
Yeah,
but then I was still sick as a dog. Like, I couldn't stomach anything. I could barely drink. I was still like dizzy walking. Yeah, but that was bad. Really bad.
Indian's a real dicey choice as well after a heavy session the night before.
Yeah. That wasn't thought through. Obviously, we pre-planned the meal.
Yeah.
That was a work party.
Oh, fine. Yeah.
Pre-Christmas Eve, and that wasn't good. No.
Well, you used to always crack me up because whenever us lot would go out drinking, we do that, and then the next day we'd have all us lot like, oh, head hurts. Where are Joe and Alex? Oh, they're down the gym.
Yeah.
Honestly, the best way to get
fucking
rid of
squatting
hangover
it
is
out.
to work through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've found that like some of my best lifts have been with like awful hangover.
The
I don't
best
know why.
I've done some great lifts in all hangover.
Well, sorry, I was very rude and I neglected you earlier, Joe. What was the your highest one rep max you got up to,
My highest, I mean, I was never really.
or the heaviest lift you were doing?
My heaviest lift I was doing was a 150 deadlift. Obviously I didn't weigh. I think I was only at. Back then I was probably only about 85 kilograms, which was all right. I mean, I was never really a power lifter. I'm not really built for powerlifting.
Yeah.
I was never training for big heavy lifts. But that was my biggest number. I think I pushed 100 on the bench. I think the heaviest I squatted was 120. I mean, I'm talking like real, like that was like the limit, like the absolute limit. That's it. I mean, I've never really trained to 1 rep max. I usually train around 3 rep max.
Yeah, it's a good move. Yeah.
Rather than run 1 rep max, because like even pulling that deadlift, like I had like tunnel vision and like blood pressure went up through the roof. Yeah, like
stool in your pants.
you feel like shit after like pulling that sort of weight.
Yeah. You understand. It's not until you actually do it that you fully appreciate the possibility of prolapse.
Yeah. No, it's just the pressure it puts on your body.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and like you can feel it in your joints and that, because at that point it's not just your muscles that are being pulled, it's your ligaments and that, and your bones and that. But problem is, I find like a lot of that heavy lifting does a lot of damage to your body, so I've never really worked to 1 rep maxes.
Yeah, always leave something in the tank. Yeah. No, I'm just sorry. I'm just recycling the terminology that people, PTs use to work out where everyone's gone in their progression.
Yeah.
So yeah, I completely agree. Don't work to failure or 1. That doesn't do anyone any favors.
Yeah, I mean, and I found like when I was doing like heavy training that I plateaued pretty quick, and then it was hard to progress. Like you'll progress really quick, and then it just levels out, and then it's hard to progress.
Well, you need to put on like fat and muscle. You need to just put on weight to get stronger. Because you need to, like until me and you went for that walk a few months ago, I've never seen you like lean. You've always just been big because it was muscle and fat because it gave you that support and that extra, just gave you extra strength just being bigger. So you never get. I forgot what my point was with it, but yeah, you are just bigger in general. So you're gonna just keep ramming more through it, so you get more strength out of it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to lift big numbers like Alex was doing in comparison to his weight,
Well done,
then
Alex.
Proud of myself.
You fucking should be, man. That's crazy. That is real crazy.
Proud of me now, Ma.
It's getting
I mean,
deep
you
there,
can
real
lift
now.
heavy, relatively without putting on huge amounts of mass. I mean,
I guess it's all relative to body weight and body composition. Because like Nathan, I'm sure can lift heavy in comparison to his weight, but to you, it's not wouldn't be heavy.
No. I mean, it's all relative to you and all, but it's one of those things where I don't know, like everyone sees a number like 200 kilograms, like that's a huge number, but 200 kilograms might be one person's bomb rep max, but somebody else's it's not. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
it
still
depends how hard they're working or they're pulling it.
Yeah.
Or some extra influences, as such.
You what?
I'm just saying, like, so you still got to work hard, but some people might have extra influences.
Oh, I see. I thought you said influencers. I was like, who are you talking about?
Yes.
Influencers, of course.
Extra Instagram influencers.
It is a fucking
The
Christ.
juicy supplement.
Dude, I've been smashing through the James Smith podcast. It's so good. It's so
I've just got one of his audio
fucking
books. I'm yet to listen to it.
It's not a diet.
Him, another good channel to follow is, if you want to learn about that sort of stuff, is super shredded sports science.
Yes, I've listened to that.
He's great because he
very
breaks down a lot of research.
Yeah, he's very good.
And if you want something a bit more comical, then Philion,
Okay.
where he does breakdowns and he basically just proves that pretty much all these like models are on steroids.
Yeah. The J. Smith one, he was like, they're all just anorexics with big tits.
And it's not just that, like they
love it.
when you see these models and they're shredded all the time and they're still lifting huge weight, then they're on steroids.
Oh yeah, they haven't had a
Because
period in 2 years.
It's not just that. Yeah, like when you're like people are like, oh yeah, and it's an annoying thing when people are like, oh yeah, I want to be super skinny, like I want a six pack and do stuff like that. It's really unhealthy.
Yep.
Anything sub 12% body fat, 10-12% body fat, depending on your genetics, you're going to start pushing into the place where your hormones don't stop functioning properly.
Yeah.
You're going to start experiencing things like hair loss, like
that explains Terry Crews.
not just that, but like you'll experience like loads of like problems because your body is then like starting to digest itself and starting to struggle with the fact it has no reserves. You'll find your immune system starts to become more compromised because you've got no fat reserves or anything like that. The human body is supposed to store fat for survival. You can't run like that.
Yeah.
And the reason these people can, like, I watched a video of, it was a fitness model, and he basically come clean and said, like, I'm on steroids. But he didn't just have to inject steroids. He then had to inject all these other chemicals because his body was then like trying to shut down because of the way he was, because he was constantly at such a low body fat to preserve the way he appeared, because he was doing photo shoots all the time. Yeah, he had to inject other hormones, he had to inject all this other stuff, he had to inject chemicals to protect his organs from all the other chemicals he had to inject. He literally had it was like a drawer just full of vials of different chemicals he had to inject just to preserve himself, because of like his body's running at the absolute like ragged edge. Yeah, it's crazy. Like the idea of fitness is to find like a happy medium where your body can sustain itself in a healthy manner, and what you see on Instagram is not that.
And also because it's commercialized and it's sent to be one size fits all, so that all men need to look like this, then all men need to train like this, or women need to look like this, and all women need to train like this.
It doesn't work.
Well, and also the people who go out for body composition stuff or the get a spray tan, big smile, fucking G-string on stage. They look amazing, but they're probably the most miserable they've ever been on their entire existence for that one moment, because they've got no friends, they've got no family, because they've all been fucking training. They've been training all the time. They feel like shit because they're so dehydrated and they haven't eaten a cookie in 2 years, you know. And they're so unhappy and so depressed because they're like, there's no joy in this. It's just what I've got to do because this is what I've chosen to do.
I feel like they probably you'd have to enjoy it to a certain level to put yourself through that extreme style of living. But I think it's the problem with that scene is it's so toxic because you're literally presenting yourself to be judged.
Yeah.
You know, you're putting all that work in just to be like judged and torn apart. Like, it's such a toxic environment for someone to operate in. You know, it's crazy. But like on Instagram, you don't see any of that. You don't see all the chemicals and that they're putting into themselves, the way they're training.
Well, social media is never an accurate representation because it's just a fucking snapshot of whatever they want to show you. It's not like you know, being around you guys. Like when I used to go to the gym with you guys, I'd see you like dripping with sweat when you're picking something up. I see you literally lose blood during training because you're training so hard. So you're actually seeing the effort's been put into it as opposed to just seeing the aftermath. And when they could tell you anything happened, they could say, "Oh, I just born like this." And whereas no, you spent 6 days straight and you injected shitloads into your ass just to get to look like that. Yeah,
I was watching it. It's actually a Filion thing, and he was talking about he goes, the most enlightened people in the gym aren't the athletes or the models or like the people like the young people that are training like to the absolute end. It's like the dads in their like huge New Balance trainers, like because he goes they're the ones that are literally there just to train for longevity.
Yeah,
and like he says, they're more focused on cardio. They're more focused on stuff that's actually going to benefit them in the long run. Like they're always sat there doing that awkward stretching and that like.
Stretching, I agree, but cardio is debatable on the long term stuff of it.
I mean, yeah, I think people don't really put much work into cardio anymore. I've tried to push my training now more into longevity than trying to build as much muscle mass as I can or trying to get as strong as I can because it's very different.
I think the sweet spot is muscular endurance, and that's where it's the best place to be. Like the stuff that you have been doing over lockdown is the stuff I've been. That's what I did mostly during our Sober November thing. It was just every single set. I just, instead of having a break, I just bam, just ran through the whole thing because it's just it's elevated heart rate to like 150 or whatever, but it's resistance training. So I think that's the sweet spot.
Yeah, I mean, how hard were you going? Like really hard? Because
no, like a burpee to me is maximal effort, but I didn't go that. I probably 84%.
Yeah, because I mean, really, you don't want to be. If you're training, you don't want to spend all your time doing things like HIIT workouts and that.
No, hell no.
Bad for you, but
real
circuit
bad.
training that's quite good. I mean,
yeah, that's a perfect example. Yeah, it's muscular endurance.
Yeah, I mean, I find now I do have a lot more conditioning in my workouts and that for like what you said because you're getting not only resistance training but the cardiovascular element to it.
That's
the
best.
Trying to do more. Like I find all that stuff's good, but it's not. It's good. It doesn't really train you aerobically, so it's still you still need to encourage like distance workouts to some extent.
Yeah, but I think it's just a case of mixing it up. Like you can't.
Oh yeah, no, you've got to mix it up.
You got everyone has to mix it up. As part of the indoctrination is that if you're going to be a weightlifter, you should only lift weights. If you're a cyclist, you should only ride a bike. Whereas like no, you should do obviously that's your prime thing. We should spend the most of your time doing, but you should do little bits of everything.
Oh, no, you should definitely cross train. Yeah.
Yeah, because your body thrives best on variance and adaptability. You get the best out of your body by throwing different shit at it from a diet perspective and exercise perspective.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
Which I definitely don't do, but I should be because I know that's what's the best performance.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, like diet's the biggest thing. Really, it's 70% of fitness, which a lot of people don't really appreciate. I feel like if they eat exercise and they eat the same shit, they look and feel better, but it doesn't really work like that.
What were you eating at your biggest? I'm saying biggest like he was fat. He was never fat. He just his neck was bigger than his head.
Just tonk.
yes, you were, mate. You're fucking huge.
It's just I don't know. I was never not sensible with a diet as such, but I didn't really care what I ate. So I'd eat sensibly, but if I wanted a peanut butter Kit Kat chunky, I'd have a peanut butter Kit Kat chunky.
Yeah, man. Yeah, good.
Or just stuff like that. And then when I joined a new job, they had a food van, and I just ate off of that every day. And that was probably what put a load of weight on as well.
What was that sort of stuff?
They did really good spicy rice.
Ooh.
I remember the spicy rice. The same food van where I worked.
Let's just say problems. But it was great.
That kind of spice, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. So you do it.
Just sausage rolls and just stuff like that. But I haven't been there in years, really. Now I just kind of eat in what's the word?
Maintenance.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. Just kind of, I generally have the same breakfast, like overnight oats.
Sustainability.
Yeah. Overnight oats for breakfast. On the weekends, might have some peanut butter and toast.
Sometimes pushing the boat out, mate.
Sometimes Weetabix.
Okay.
Have fruit throughout the day and stuff as snacks. For lunch, usually just dinners. We usually cook quite a lot of dinner. Just have that as leftovers, but it's usually like doing a lot more veggie stuff now. So veggie curry, something like that, or just chicken curry. But we just pile veg in basically.
Okay. Because I've always wondered what the hell you were eating to complement your weightlifting.
Nothing special to be honest.
Okay.
Drink a lot of protein, but
you did.
That has a lot of
yeah, cool.
Creatine, had quite a lot of that at one point, but stopped that as well. Just found I was peeing a lot.
Yeah, I never saw a huge amount of sort of benefit from it for myself. Maybe because I didn't do it long enough, but for me personally, I never saw a huge difference by using it.
I think for the normal person who isn't training like twice a day,
fine. Yeah,
it's another supplement which its benefits are sort of over exaggerated because people are trying to sell it.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
Most of these people on YouTube have got supplement companies, so they're trying to sell you supplements. Protein shakes are great because they're convenient, but it won't beat the protein sources you'll get from food. So you're better off eating food.
Yeah, of course not.
But even then, protein, I don't think you really need as much protein as they say. Like they tell you, you need like a gram of protein for every pound of body mass.
That fucking algorithm doesn't make sense.
No.
So it's in very generic terms, it's anything under 30 grams is good, and leave 3-hour windows between eating protein. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
because it's the stupid ones that are like, hey, have this new protein shake, 45 grams of protein. You're like, great, that's gone to fat. Well done.
Yeah, you don't need it unless you're like these athletes and they're training twice a day, 6-7 days a week. Yeah, you don't need that much protein, and all they're trying to do is sell you is like, oh, you're not getting enough. Well, buy my protein shake, you'll be getting twice as much. And it's like, no, you don't need that. You're wasting money. You're better off spending that money on just quality ingredients and making yourself a decent meal. Yeah, it's just a lot of misinformation because people are trying to profit from it.
Yeah, it was like I was listening to this. It's like a dissection of Joe Wicks earlier, and he was saying how he's him and the other people like that because they're it's fitness and food. They sort of hide the principles behind all this glamour. So it means that you're invested in the diet or the Joe Wicks method or the Atkins or keto or whatever, because it's the name and it's the thing, it's the product itself that's going to be the deciding factor, as opposed to teaching you the fundamentals. Then you can apply that how you want to. I thought it was really interesting how what they're doing is in essence correct, but they're dressing it up in a wrong way because they're mis-selling you what it is, because they're selling you that it's my way is what's going to do it, as opposed to here's the principles behind it. So you don't hear about the benefits or the risks behind any of it.
I think a lot of it there is a lot of misinformation out there, like body types that doesn't exist. A lot of people think like anabolic windows, like that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But my favourite one is James Smith, who does that thing like it's like He does. Have you seen his video about exercises that target like belly fat loss? And after
All
every
right.
exercise, he goes, consume less calories. And then
Yeah,
he'll do, like,
yes, I
do
have,
squats like this, and then consume less calories.
Yeah.
Because that's how you lose it. Like,
Yeah,
there's no, you
it's
can't
so good.
target fat loss.
That's so good.
But no, he's brilliant. Like, he's literally like, I don't know. I've got his book, but I don't know really what he's going to say in it because I know his whole philosophy.
I've got it as well. I've no idea.
His whole philosophy is like consume less calories, which is how you lose weight. Is consume less calories than you use.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah,
I got the book yesterday. I haven't nothing yet.
No, I've got the audio books.
Cool.
So I'm listening. I finished the one Ross's one. And then I'll be onto that.
Yeah, that's good.
Detox teas.
Yes, Alex. what can you tell us about detox teas, and where can we buy them as well?
Oh, I don't care.
Detox fucking teas.
Yeah, because your kidneys, what are they for?
Yeah, you don't need them, mate. You
Detox.
can survive with one kidney. It's fine.
Exactly. Your body detoxes itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally. Or what's it's either slimming tea or slimming coffee or some bullshit. I was thinking slimming tea. The fuck does
You just
that
got to buy
mean?
skinny water, didn't you?
Skinny water, yeah.
Which is what I also love about
Oh man.
these supplements like fat burners and carb burners or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's literally caffeine and green tea. It's
Yeah.
like, we'll just have a green tea and then you'll get the benefit of being hydrated as well.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do, really. Just drink a green tea and then you're hydrated and you've had green tea and caffeine.
Well,
And you have, box of tea bags is £5, where
yeah.
those like grenade pills, like they're like £20
It's
a go.
30 quid for the big
Box,
grenade box one, yeah. First of all, grenade. I love their shit. It tastes good. The branding is sick. I love the shake. The shakes are proper tasty. But I think what is genius is how they've, like you said, all of their things are called carb killers. That's just the title of the fucking brand of the chocolate bars.
Yeah, but it makes you think
Exactly.
you're going to lose weight.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like we're not telling you that's what it does. It's just the name of it, and you're like, oh, whoa, I get rid of carb, and you're like, what the fuck? It's so clever.
I love that. Like you buy something that's flavored like birthday cake, and you think it's going to make you lose weight.
Literally,
no, it's flavored like birthday cake.
I
Of
fucking
course
hate that
it's
as well.
not-
It's so disgusting. I hate that bar. It's so horrible. Some of them are pretty good, but most of them are like, it's just too much sugar. Like, I bite into it, I'm like, I can feel diabetes setting in just having this
No,
one thing.
if I eat one of those, it's because like I've just done a workout and I'm going to do something else, so I can't eat properly.
Yeah.
So if I'm in the shop,
Yeah, it's
I'll buy one of
convenient.
those because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's got protein, it's got fat.
To
in
get
it.
my sugar back up again.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
to pick me up before I can go home and have a proper meal.
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. But it's like, so my mum told me the other day, she was like, in essence, food is not good or bad. It's how you apply it that makes it good or bad. Because like, if you're sat in front of the TV and we eat two fucking Snickers bars, it's obviously bad. But if you're going up Snowden, Snickers bars is great.
Yeah, I think
You
it's
just need
also-
calories. At that point, you just want to consume calories.
Yeah, it's also, I think you should listen to your body as well. Like, obviously I can't get my words out today. In moderation, there we go.
So Alex normally can't shut the fuck up. He's just really, really quiet today.
Yeah, apparently so. Give me real alcohol.
I fucking offered and you went, nah, I'm good, mate.
Nah, I'm alright.
We had a skinful a couple of days ago. So
Okay,
we're
alright.
alright.
So I think like you should listen to your body within moderation. So if you wanna, I don't know, slice of toast for example. Like a lot of people are against carbs, but if you want a slice of toast with a load of peanut butter, have it.
There's nothing wrong with carbs.
Yeah, there's nothing inherently wrong with the things that you do. It's just, if all you ate was peanut butter and toast, that's a problem.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
As someone who doesn't enjoy that, I'd fucking hate that. Sounds horrible. but I support you, mate.
I mean, a lot of people just out there making silly choices. That's all.
Well, and it's, it's the, someone described it as it's that instant gratification of mouth pleasure, like you get that enjoyment because they put all the flavours into it. That makes it really enjoyable. The sugar, MSG, whatever, that hooks you and gets you back into it again. It's like, there's a reason people buy Doritos, and it's not because they are masochistic and enjoy hurting themselves. It tastes good.
Yeah, I mean, the weirdest thing I found is now, like, when I used to train that, I just eat crap all the time, fast food, whatever. Like, I didn't care.
Yeah.
But now that I actually pay attention, I try better with my diet. If I go back to eating, like, if I have a McDonald's, I feel like crap afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, now my body, I don't know if it's my body's changing and adapting, or I'm just getting used to eating better. But if I then sort of like, oh, I have McDonald's because it's convenient, I feel like crap afterwards, and I instantly regret it, and it's like turned me off of that stuff now because I know it tastes good and it smells great, but I like within half hour I just feel like crap.
Yeah. I think there's also a case of, like, when you two went to the gym together all the time, there's something to doing really heavy weights, and because how long were you guys normally there for?
On average, I was probably there about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay, that's
least
crazy.
an hour.
Yeah, that's crazy over that time, because the best window is 30 to 45 minutes, and you're there for obviously double that time. So I think there's something to doing that sort of exercise, and for that amount of duration, is you can kind of get away with eating whatever, because it's just all fuel.
Because you're consuming it. Yeah. And obviously, to be able to do sessions like that in the first place, you need to consume.
You need huge reserves.
You need reserves. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as well as if you're competing against someone, and then you realise, well, I need to eat better because that'll give me an edge. Because if you're training the same way for the same amount of time, but you're eating like shit, you're putting yourself at disadvantage. So if you're like, well, I'm training with someone for the same amount of time doing the same exercises, and I eat better than him, that's instantly going to give me an advantage because I'm better fueled. And if you rest more, then you're better rested. It's just going to give you an edge, even not physically, yes, physically, but not in your output, like not how big your muscles are or how strong you are. It's just because you're able to recover, adapt quicker, and you're able to develop faster because your body's got better fuel.
Yeah, no, I agree for sure. Just having that edge. I mean, yeah, as you say, as you compete, you need any fucking advantage you can get, because the little tweaks will make a difference.
Yeah,
the little bits.
So I mean, like that Murphy challenge thing. Like on the day, you're going to want to have like a couple of those bars because you can easily, quickly refuel and get calories and everything you need in quickly. And because you're going to be burning, I mean, doing that, I can imagine we'll burn at least, what do you reckon, 1,500 calories?
Easy.
Easy. 1,500, so a couple of bars ain't going to make any difference whatsoever, are they?
Yeah.
So, we'd have to do that to get energy gels and stuff like that, just to give yourself a bit more, because as soon as you start running into calorie deficit and that, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna really put you down, put you at a disadvantage. But obviously we can pace it. It's not like a timed thing. It's just about completing it. You don't have to complete it within a time. Obviously people do time and compete in that manner, but for us, we can just see how long we can get through it, and then maybe think about making better time.
I was gonna say, how are we gonna do that? Are we gonna do it so we do it all as a team, all at the same time, or are we gonna do it like we all run and then we take turns with the pull-ups or something?
I like to do it as a team. Yeah. I think it'd be easier to stay motivated.
Yeah, I agree.
And that, because if you've got someone steaming off ahead, it's not just that, it's about maintaining pace.
Yeah,
because if you burn out too quickly, you're going to destroy it. You need someone who's, you want to work to the slowest person and then probably slower than that. Yeah. Because if you've got 3 hours, 4 hours to do it, take as much time as you can, because otherwise, if you got to do, I think it works that if you do it in that rep range I said, I think it works that you have to do 20 sets of the exercises. Okay. Yeah. You'll burn out easily before halfway through. Yeah. Especially on the pull-ups. I mean, squats and push-ups doesn't bother me so much.
It's the pull-ups, the lactic is going to be horrific for that. Yeah. What are the bars like there? Because I've never been. They're pretty thick.
Maybe just a bit thicker than a normal gym.
Okay.
Gym pull-up, but they're not too bad, are they?
Not from what I remember. I think there's a section where there might be a smaller bar, maybe. Okay. I can't remember.
I think there is. I think there's like, it's like a frame, innit? So there's several different bars. Yeah.
Okay.
So it means we could all do it together. Like we could all have a bar to do it.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That would be sick.
And I think the other thing you might want is just gloves to protect your hands, because obviously if you're doing pull-ups,
we'll be there for a while. Yeah.
If your skin starts to get ripped up,
yeah, you're fucked. Yeah.
It's game over, innit?
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, have you got a weight vest?
No, but I can.
They're not expensive.
Purchase one from one of my favourite sports
That's
stores.
where I got mine from.
Where's one of those favourite sports stores, Alex?
In Reading.
Are we actually like? Are you alright to like name drop brands and stuff? Because I know some
Not doing
YouTube
anything.
stuff.
I think it's if you start talking shit about him, you got a problem.
Oh,
But-
okay.
But well, I say he says that after talking about Grenade.
Just treat it like the BBC. Other sports shops are available.
No, I did. Who's gonna listen to three idiots talking? Come on.
Grenade. You can waste your money on other things. Right?
Who gives a shit? It's fine. Yeah, we're not. There's no. We're not. I think it's a problem if you're in competition with them. If we're like, they're shit, you should try this.
Yeah.
I think that's a problem. But if we're just people talking about it, I don't think they can really do anything.
Plus, you're not profiting from this, so it's not like you're making
Oh,
money
yeah.
out of slagging them off.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, no way. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. We'll be all good.
That's right.
In other news, Alex's website will be added to the description for the supplements you can enjoy.
Yeah.
I have a website.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Oh, me and Joe made it last week.
Oh, cool. What's that?
AlexSellsPills.com.
Do I? What kind of pills?
Whatever you want, mate.
Okay.
Creatine, aspartame,
Okay.
bit of TRT, you know.
Okay.
For those,
CAAs.
yeah, BCAAs, that's the one. Beta analase, whatever you fancy, man.
That's another supplement that makes me angry.
What beta analase?
BCAAs. Literally the thing that makes up normal protein
Yeah, I
that you
know.
consume in your diet. You don't need extra BCAAs.
See, I'm the same thing when it comes to cholesterol. That pisses me off.
What's that?
People like my cholesterol. People say my cholesterol's a bit high. There's 3 different types of cholesterol. Which one are we counting? Because they should all be certain levels. But if you say the overall, and it's like a number out of 6. But if your overall number is high, that doesn't mean anything because you haven't broken them down to constituent parts.
I think most people are referring to. I can never remember which one it is.
LDL they'll be talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously what's linked to heart disease and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it just the camera's just switched around?
It's just done something. What the fuck?
I think it's just stopped.
Possible. I might run out of space. It's probably a good time actually. That's probably a good time actually. Okay, so I'll just cut it off for that later on in the actual video. But for people just listening, my phone, because I'm that advanced, I'm filming it on my phone, has just stopped for some reason.
I imagine most people are not actually looking at the screen; they're listening, but they're doing other stuff.
I'd like them to be able to see Alex's pretty face, you know.
Yeah, I know they are, but
Oh yeah.
I mean, usually when you watch podcasts on YouTube, I'm
Oh yeah, for the most
you're
part,
doing
I'm not.
other
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, I'm
aren't
doing
you?
other
It's
shit.
in
Yeah.
between doing bits and pieces.
Yeah. Well, up until that point, we'd got to just over the 2-hour mark there, boys. We done good. How do you feel now, Alex?
I'm proud of myself.
You did good, mate. Well
Yeah.
done. Well done.
I did a little bit of talking.
I know. You gave us some. No, to be fair, though, thank you for telling me about your like one of the highest weights you got to. That shit's crazy. That's awesome. That's real cool.
Crazy.
And Joe's a recurring guest, so he knows the drill.
Yeah, I've just got to work on my running now, my weighted pull-ups for the Murphy challenge.
Yeah, and speaking into the mic when you're there, like, yeah. So the other day I was yeah.
It's just fidgeting and moving around.
That's
I'm
you
bad
can
for it.
fidget. You can fidget all you want. It's all good. Anything else anyone would like to cover before we wrap it up? I think Alex is
No, I don't.
either
know.
thinking or having a shit on the chair. Cool. All right, we'll wrap up from there. Thank you very much for doing this, boys. Much appreciated.
Alright.
Throw you in the deep end, but you did well, mate. You did well.
Really didn't expect this.
Yes, very good. And to everyone listening, thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
Cheers, bye.